Guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. I'll be planning to watch the Eminence of Shadow season 2 here on my channel. Please subscribe for more if you want that one. But first of all, let's rewatch what is season 1. Okay, let's rewatch. This is a summary created by Anikash, and the title is He is the most powerful knight in his school but pretended to be the weakest. So, Eminence of Shadow is one of the peak isekai genre, isekai anime here in the world. True, Amashoko Tensei, pweh. And then, Slime the Reincarnated, pweh. Tanya, pweh. Lahat ng mga isekai na yan. Konosuba, pweh. No way, dude. Eminence of Shadow, if I will rank all the isekai anime, I will rank Eminence of Shadow as one of my top list isekai anime. I will say, to be fair, for me to be fair, okay, Mushoku Tensei and Eminence Shadow is neck to neck in terms of isekai genre to me. Red Zero, yes, one of the top yan, but still, Eminence Shadow, I think one of the my favorite isekai of all time. Okay, you know, it is cringe, but he knows. Everyone knows, I know it. Everyone knows it that this dude, this show knows that the show itself is cringe, but this is cool. It is cool and good, dude. Hear me out. This is one of the greatest isekai anime of all time. Okay, don't let this lie to you. If you are watching anime, you should be watching Eminence of Shadow. So let's binge. Actually, let's binge season 1 of Eminence of Shadow.
Nishino Akane wakes up in the
What the Nishino Akane? Dude, what the AI generated voice lang yan.
morning and takes a shower. After that, she gets prepared for school and a person.
One of the greatest part na nagustuhan ko dito sa first season is that first episode, Eminence of Shadow telling the story on the perspective of the side characters. Dude, who does that? Eminence of Shadows started the perspective on the side characters. The protagonist itself wants to be, the side character itself. That's why our perspective dito sa Eminence season 1 is side characters, hindi mismo sa main protagonist. 'Di ba? Kasi Eminence Shadow, si Sid Kagano wants to be the background character, na kung saan siya yung background character, pero behind yung background character na may ginagawa siyang mga main character stuff. You know what I mean?
Personal driver takes her to it. There, she is greeted by most students. However,
well, as usual for a main character of the story, main girl in every isekai story, main girl in any romance, any slice of life action, shonen, ano man, it is usual for a main character na ganito yung treat sa kanya.
he sees the one she despises,
Which is very, very lame. But the cool thing about them, Eminence Shadow, is that, yeah, we are seeing the perspective of the background character.
Kaganu. She greets him and he greets her back, but calls her Nishimura. She tells Keijinu that her name
Keijinu?
is Nishimura, and Kaganu apologizes, stating he was pretty good at remembering named NPC.
Oh no, this part is really cool. You know why? Because Sid kind of sees her as an NPC. He doesn't care. Everyone sees her as the main character in the school. Everyone, aside from Sid Kagano doesn't care, dude. Doesn't really care.
But lately haven't got much sleep and calls her Nishitani.
He purposely wrong. I don't know if it is purposely.
Revealing her actual name, but Kadenu again gets it wrong and calls her Nishimura as he leaves. Akane notes that she doesn't despise him for getting her name wrong, but for never looking at her and even.
That's how Chad he is. Dude.
When his eyes are
Not looking the main character of the school? Oh no.
facing her
Shit.
direction, They seems to be looking at somewhere far off place. When Akane was in middle school, she had to take a break from show business due to a scandal.
Okay,
Since
okay.
then, she has been hiding behind a mask. She
Behind
plays
the
teacher's
mask?
pet so that the teachers like her, and plays the popular girl so that students like her, and is very careful to make sure no one hates her. After school, she calls her driver.
That's the problem about in school actually. When I was in school, I am a background character. Definitely 100% background character. Marami nga dyan nagugulat. Ay, nandito ka na pala. Okay. Ay, nandiyan ka pala. Ganyan, nagugulat sila. They are wondering, ay, okay. Nasaan na si ano? Ganyan. Andito ka na pala. Nagugulat sila, dyan na pala ako, ganyan. Pero yun nga, maraming mga bata din kasi they want attention and they want to make sure na walang nag-hate sa kanila. Hindi lang naman, that is natural actually. Sino ba naman gusto na ano, 'di ba, na may hatefulness sa iyo, 'di ba?
But he doesn't pick up as he was attacked by some men. As he didn't came to pick her.
Oh no. Almost all of the girls here are being kidnapped, being chained up. I don't know why. They are being chained up, kidnapped, and then everything is resolved by Sid Kagan, as always. Our main protagonist.
Her up, Akane is forced to head home walking, which is her first time doing it since the incident from middle school. On her way, she is kidnapped by the men that beat the driver.
Oh no. Oh no.
Approaching. Later,
that's Shad move, dude. Sid Kagano already knows that she is already kidnapped. Why that Sid Kagano just stare at her and not save her at that time? You know why? Because Sid Kagano wants a dramatic entrance, wants this particular scene to happen, and wants to make sure na mangyari yon at siya yung magiging main protagonist na magliligtas sa kanya with the mask. He is Batman in disguise.
Akane wakes up tied in some warehouse.
He is cool.
Tells her that the daughter of Nishino Zaibatsu shouldn't walk alone at night. The other kidnapper tells her that she just needs to stay there. Once they get the ransom, she will be freed. Outside, Keijinu observes the kidnapper and changes clothes and puts on a mask. The kidnapper wants to have some fun with Akane.
Oh no. Oh no. She is tied down and chained up. Oh no. Ito yung sabi ko.
Knows that this should be her second kidnapping and that the first time was some song. Keijinu then comes
Oh shit, what an angle. Dude, chill out.
Window, saying,
you know why what on the roof? Because it's cool.
He is a stylish.
He can go in the entrance, right? He can go in the gate, right? Sid Kagano just want to go at the top of the roof because that's cool.
Ruffian Slayer. The kidnapper pulls out a gun, but Keijinu throws a piece of glass, injuring his arm.
During this time, Sid Kagano is the most strongest of all. Yeah, he is strong. He knows martial arts. He is very strong, etc. All knows the weapons, how to use them. But he cannot win with the gun, with the cannon, with an atomic.
And disarming
That's
him.
the problem.
He then charges the guy and throws him to the ground and smashes his face.
That's
the
cool.
other kidnapper sees
Oh
that
shit, what an
Keijinu is
angle. That's
ordinary
cool.
man and states he was bored doing those kidnappings with amateurs. He notes he is former military.
Literally a former military man. Literally a former military. And what he does?
Attacks Keijinu.
Oh
Using
shit.
crowbars, Keijinu
He
manages
used
to disarm
crowbar
the man
against a
but
military
still
man with a
overwhelmed.
knife,
He
dude.
then decides
Just
to
a
get serious
crowbar.
and show him the
Oh,
potential
shit.
found in crowbars as he fought bikers. The
Oh
man then
shit.
realizes he is Balaclava Berserker, a man who has been fighting the bikers with crowbars. Keijinu notes that the bikers started wearing helmets, so he had to stop using the crowbars like
We need to
Papa
stop
and
him.
instead use them as regular clubs. Keijinu then proceeds and breaks the man's leg and beats him up.
Imagine he grabbed the gun. Sid Kagano will die 100%. If he grab the gun and then precisely shoot it in the head, Sid Kagano will die. But because how fast he is, how good he is, he prevented it as soon as he can.
Frees Akane and tells her to be more careful next time.
Yeah,
Akane then calls the police.
what a cool
and her father
character.
uses his connections to make the case not go public. Next
he
day,
is cool.
Akane goes to school. She sees Kajinu and greets him, and he greets her back, calling her Nishino.
Oh shit, he already recognized her because of the scene.
She is
That's
ready to correct
cute.
him, but realizes he got her name right, and this time feels he is looking at her. She then felt
That's
he
cool.
is also living a life behind a mask. The next morning,
Okay,
the
cool.
news report that Minoru Kajinu got hit by a
You know what? You know why he was hit by the truck? Because he wants it. He wants to be hit by the truck, dude. Why? He already knows everything. Martial arts, being strongest, knowing all the things about the weapons. Unfortunately, he cannot. In this world, he literally cannot surpass an atomic. And that's it. Dude. And Truckun strikes again, dude. Truckun do what he needs to do. Truckun, no way. He is a menace, dude. Truckun is a menace.
Survive. Kajinu doesn't remember since when, but he always dreamed of being a hero. He
Yeah.
spent his days training. While at school, he was a background character. He reached a point
Yes.
where he can beat up some guys, but when
True.
surrounded by armed men,
That's
doesn't stand a
unfortunate.
chance.
Yeah.
If he becomes the best martial artist in the world, he may
Yeah.
be able to beat those men too.
True.
He still won't be able to do anything about a missile.
About a
Kajinu
nuke
wants to
mismo.
overcome those limits. After being hit by a truck, Kajinu is reborn in a new world. He forms an organization.
Dude, remember this in your school? You have been reincarnated. Dude, just kidding. Just kidding.
And with his squad,
Mhm.
they are about to start an operation.
Dude, I saw the anime, the 100 Girlfriends really like you. No way, dude. Seed Kagano has 665. 665, dude. Girls around her. I don't know, man. I don't know who's the best and the most harem protagonist of all time, dude. And take note, Seed Kagano doesn't see them as a potential, in a relationship. These girls just like her. Literally like her. 100 girlfriends really like you. That's easy. That's easy to Seed
He also
Kagano.
obtained a new power, magic. Kajinu wants to be the one who operates from the shadows, showing everyone their greatness.
Yeah, if I cannot beat the atomic, then I will become the atomic itself.
Eminence in shadow. Alpha reports to
Oh
Sid,
yes.
telling him that everything he said is true,
Uh-huh.
and that she found mentions in ancient texts.
The good thing about Eminence as a Shadow is that the plot itself revolves around Seed Kagano. Seed Kagano breaks the plot. Seed Kagano controls the plot. Everything that he do, the plot itself followed him.
Of what they believe is cult.
And that's how powerful he is. That's how powerful he is. Saka makakita ng manga anime na kung mismo yung plot mismo nagre-revolve sa'yo mismo. His luck is not high. 100%. It is just the plot itself, the story itself, the whole concept of the world itself revolves around him. That's the thing. That's how powerful he is. If he is in another world, and then together, for example, in Naruto, I don't know, man. I think the plot itself will revolve still around him because he is Seed Kagano itself.
Diablos.
Then the plot in the Naruto will revolve around him. Yeah, true. If he is in the Naruto universe, I think the plot itself will revolve around him because he is the most powerful character here, dude. You will see, if you watch Eminence as a Shadow, you will notice that the plot itself just bow down to Seed Kagano itself.
After dying in a car incident, Minoru Kajinu gets reborn as the son of Baron Kajinu,
Uh-huh.
an aristocrat living out in the boonies.
Uh-huh. Oh,
He
that's
understands
cool.
the situation and feels there is magic in the air. The Kaginu family has been making dark knights who can enhance their abilities using magic.
Uh-huh.
The family has big hopes for Claire Kaginu, Sid's
That's
older
cool.
sister, who is quite talented. Sid grows up staying as a background character and doesn't draw
As
any
always,
attention. However,
baby.
at night he comes out and fight bandits.
Yeah,
Using his slime sword,
he is already the strongest when he is a kid. Dude, because of the slime.
he easily
I totally remember that when he is fighting like this, he's questioning his abilities because he has a small body. So there are things that he wants to do, but he cannot do because of his small body. That's cool. That's cool because he is analyzing what what he lacks and needs to improve more.
Bandits and takes their gold and treasures.
That's
He also
how
finds a
cool
cage
he
with
is.
some rotting creature, realizing it's possessed and that it's magical.
Oh no, this is again. You know what? Most of the girls, like I said, is have been kidnapped, chained up, or maybe caged.
Overloaded. He takes interest in it and takes it home, where he shoots it with magic and do other experiments on it. After a month, he finally
Magic overload problem. Oh, easy peasy,
manages
dude.
to contain
Easy
the
peasy for
magical
Sid
overload.
Kagano.
The creature then returns to its normal form, a young beautiful elf, wondering what
Oh no. Sino di ba nakakita nun? Who cannot see that coming? Who cannot see that coming? Everyone see that coming actually.
to do. Sid decides to put on an act. As the elf awakens,
The good thing about this episode is that he just ran out bunch of words or stories. He created a certain story, and even though he knows that he is not sure if that's the true, and Sid actually knows that that is not the true itself, he just ran it out, said it to Alpha, and then the plot itself makes it come true. That's how powerful he is. Just think about it, dude. Just think about
Sid
it.
states he broke her curse that has been put on Hero's descendants. He shows her a fiction book about 3 heroes who defeated Diablos and tells her it's actually a true story. And in his dying breath, the demon
During the time that I'm watching it, I'm just wondering, is that true? He's just a child. How does he knows it? And then during that episode, oh okay, he's just stating some bunch of words, just stating some bunch of stories, and then eventually, oh no, it is true? Question mark? Smiley face? It is true? Dude, the plot itself loves him.
put a curse on them. He
Dude.
then explains that the cult of Diablos are plotting to revive the demon. While most people had forgotten about Diablos, Sid works in the shadows to stop the cult. He introduces himself as Shadow. He
Shadow.
lurks in the shadow and
Hunts the shadow.
Sid asks
He
her
lurks
if
in the
she
shadow
was
and
one
hunts
and
the
having
shadow.
lost everything. She agrees and explains they need to find more heroes' descendants and expand their organization. Sid agrees
And they got her 666, actually 65 before the end of the, actually after the end of season 1, 666 na siya. Pero 665 siya before. And she got her 666 girls around her.
names their organization Shadow Garden
Actually, Alpha is the GOAT. Really the GOAT here.
and the girl, Alpha. 3 years pass and Sid is now
Oh, time
13
skip,
years
baby.
old.
Time skip.
He practices with his sister, and while he can defeat her easily, he acts weak and lets her defeat
That's how
him.
badass he
Claire
is,
now 15
actually.
years old,
Right?
And at that age, the
He's the
nobles started
bad man
to
of the
need a
bad
bigger
man.
academy for Dark Knights. On
He's the
day
Dark Knight.
Claire had to departure for the academy.
Uh-huh.
She disappeared, and her
Oh no, again? Kidnaps again? Oh no. You know what? Eminence of Shadow are so many. The girls in Eminence of Shadow are so many. So many in R34. Dude, hear me out. Because they are all chained up, dude. They are. Eminence of Shadow really knows what their fan base is. Really knows what their fan base is. You see? They are all chained up, dude. They are kidnapped. They are on the cage. What do you want me to think?
room is a mess. In
It
those
is a
3
mess.
years, Alpha had collected more members
that's
for their
better.
organization.
That's
Sid
cute.
asks Beto
Where
is
Beta
Alpha,
still has a small boots.
and Beta explains she is looking for clue to finding Claire.
Alpha,
Beta
that's
explains
cute.
That Claire is likely still alive and was kidnapped by a high-ranking member belonging to the cult of Diablos. The cult probably believes that Claire is one of the hero's descendants. Beta takes out a map and states they have few known hideouts. Don't know in which one they keep Claire. Sid makes a slime knife and throws it at the map. He ends up missing the hideout.
That's cool. He ends up missing the hideout, but the thing here is that that's the correct hideout. And the plot, that's what I'm saying. The plot itself revolves around him. Dude, he is so powerful, really powerful. Not only that he can blast an atomic in this world, but dude, the plot itself is bowing down to him.
But states they will find his sister there. Beta then figures out that the cryptograms are a bluff and there is actually a secret hideout at
The question, how did he miss? Dude, he at this state, as far as I know, the accuracy, how he controls his magic, how powerful he is. I think during this time, Sid Kagano is really powerful and has the accuracy of in terms of fighting is super high. I think it will be 99.9% maybe. The question is, he throws that particular slime knife, but he missed. Why? Question mark. Is that, I don't know, man. I think I don't know, man. It is not reasonable for a powerful person that has a good accuracy to miss that shot. I don't know, man. I don't know if he actually sinasadya niya ba? He intentionally do that? I don't know, man. Maybe we don't know.
Sid, he then tells her to contact the Seven Shadows at the hideout. Viscount Grease is
oh no, chain up again, dude.
He comments her father taught her good on how to fight, but Claire explains she learned all by fighting her brother. Grease then asks if he healed her when she showed signs of possession, but Claire denies it, stating there's no way he can heal her. Grease notes that for just in case, they need to look into her brother too. In that moment, Claire breaks one of the chains and injures her right arm to free herself.
That's hard. That's hard.
If they touch her brother, Grease then knocks her out, and
that's how she loves her brother.
Grease's men are easily cut to pieces by the Seven Shadows.
Let's go, baby.
Alpha states they are Shadow Garden.
We are the shadows, lurking the shadows, haunting the shadows.
Grease wonders how they know that name and its secrets. He attacks Alpha,
dude,
but she has no troubles blocking his attacks and injures him.
During this time, dude, every girl here in Eminence Shadow is an S tier. Everyone is an S tier. They can defeat the super duper high quality monsters and enemies.
Shadow is lost and doesn't know where the girls went. While walking around the tunnels, he encounters Grease. He attacks
by chance. Dude, he encounters Grease by chance. How what are the chances, dude? What are the chances? That's how good he is, dude. That's how good he is.
Shadow, who easily blocks his attack.
And everyone thinks that this is the plan of Sid Kagano in the first place. This is the plan of Sid Kagano in the first place.
Shadow then notes
that's
that he
cool.
has more magic power than Alpha, but doesn't know how to use it. He decides to give him some lessons and blocks his attack.
He is actually strong at this age. He is actually strong, 100%. He already given this boy,
As he is done,
he has already given this boy a personal lesson, which is you should be grateful. However, this personal lesson is kind of hard, dude. You might die. You might die.
Grease takes more pills and buffs himself even more,
no.
wanting to show Shadow that
during this time, oh no, Sid Kagano is already top tier in terms of martial arts.
Cuts down Grease. As Grease falls,
that's cool.
He knows he was powerless against the darkness.
He is just a child. Take note.
Day, Claire returns home in a bad mood.
No way.
Overnight, and she
that's good.
The academy. Sid
great.
To go to the academy himself, but fine as he has 2 more years and needs to give the girls some work. However, Alpha tells him it's time they leave him, which leaves him shocked. Alpha told Sid that Cult of Diabolos is an enormous organization that runs on a global scale, and in order to fight it, they need...
The funny thing is that he thought that Alpha and the group wants to stay with him because they want to stop the act of having Cult of Diabolos and everything. During this time, Sid Kagano thought that Alpha noticed that it is all just not true, all the Cult Diabolos. But the truth is, the Cult Diabolos is true, and they just want to, make their power become more powerful, wants to expand the organization itself. That's the goal of Alpha, and Sid Kagero doesn't know about it and just think that Alpha wants to stop the act of having 8th grade syndrome, having this kind of illusion that there is a cold jobless.
Needed to split. Sid feels that's just a nice way of they telling him that they are now grown up.
Yeah, they're all grown up.
Don't want to continue
Don't
playing
want.
this
Yeah,
fight in the
true.
cult game.
He thought that they want to stop this playing of cult game.
15, he enrolls in the same school as his sister in the royal capital of Nigger Kingdom. 7 months
what?
into his
Anyways,
happy life, Sid continued to live as a background character and made friends with Skeleton.
you know what? He literally choose them too, because they see them as a background character. So as a background character, I need to be together with them 100%. 100%, dude.
And Potato, other bottom of the pile
Potato
nobles like
is
him. While heading to school, Skell and Po remind Sid that as he scored the worst in the test, his penalty is to confess to the most sought-after girl in school and suffer her rejection. Arriving at school,
Dude, this is the main good part of the story. He becomes Sherlock Holmes here, dude.
see the girl in question, Princess Alexia Midgar.
He should be, actually. I've saw some leaks in the manga panels about this scene in the the scene,
Who rejects another guy's confession.
the confession one, but the anime didn't do justice this part.
However,
I like that part in the manga. I've never read the manga. I just see this part that has been spoiled the Twitter.
Sid is excited about it, wanting to experience such confession as a background character.
Yeah,
That
true.
evening,
As a background character, he should be rejected
he
100%.
goes to confess to Alexia, shaking and muttering. He feels he'd done a great job as a background character.
No. The anime didn't do justice. Sid Kagero confession manga. Let's see. This part, dude. This part. I don't know if this is the right part. Continue. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is the part that I am saying. Where's? Look at this, dude. Look at this. Just kidding. The truth is, I've been waiting for this day. Confession. Ito. Confession to a popular girl is getting completely shut down. Truly an event befitting for a mob character. I've spent nights researching confession methods for this day. If the plan succeeds, my mob rating will soar. I will be so much closer to becoming a shadow eminence. Behold the world of mobestion ever. Then look at this. Where's the next button? Chill. Where's the next button? Dude, where's the next button? Dude, sabi niya, Princess Alexia, a confession alam mo ba? A stack of top off with the vibrato, mess up the line a bit to show the fatigue from reciting. Keep changing the pitch while calling her name. Hunch forward at 60 degrees, almost as if you're about to fall ahead. Make sure your knees and hands are trembling. Keep wandering the gaze, but don't look up from the ground. That's the thing, dude. Next, let's go for the next. Sabi niya, no time for respite. Raise your hand and stand straight. Make a note of the distance between you two at this moment. Mildly distant 182 centimeters is deal. Then full speed ahead and bow. 90 degrees. Please, go out with me? Dude, that's cool though. That's cool. Tapos sabi niya, nailed it. Sabi niya, nailed it. It's perfect. No need for fancy or make it sound like a question to express a lack of confidence. This is the real mob character looks like. No, this is art. This is art. Well done. Truly well done. Me. And it turns out I'm happy to ask. Happy you ask. I'll be in your care from now. And then that's the question. That's how cool it is. That's how cool the manga is. He becomes Sherlock Holmes himself. describing what are the things that he done just for this confession, and what are the things that how he thinks with this confession. Even the single slightest angle of movement he done, that should be calculated. It is calculated as a mob character. That's how lean to details his Sid Kagano is.
However, to his surprise, she accepts, stating she was
Yeah,
waiting for someone like
that's
him.
unfortunate.
Rumors quickly spread, and people start to wonder who is Sid and what's so great about him. Sid, Skell, and Poe wonder why she accepted and guessed that if she accepted Sid, even Skell and Poe had a chance. Alexia then joins them at lunch, which surprises other students as that's the lower nobility section. She gets served lots of food and comments she can't eat it all. Sid then
Dude, this
gladly starts
time,
eating her food in an
if you
attempt to
are in
keep
his
her dumb.
place, what will
Alexia
you do?
heard that he is
Let me
studying
know in the
royal
comments
bush
below.
fencing and wants to practice together. Sid states he is in the lowest sections, but Alexia explains she put a good word for him and she got him in section.
What I like on
Later,
this arc
Sid
is that the
joins
banter
Section 1
between
team
them.
where
I
their
really
advisor
like
is
it.
Zinnin
Really,
Griffey,
really
the
like it.
official royal fencing instructor.
That's cute.
Sid
It is
practices
very
with
cute,
Alexia.
actually.
He notices that her attacks never land.
I'm actually
She's
shipping
slow,
them during this
doesn't use
time,
much magic,
which is I
but
love.
realizes it's because
Oh,
the
that's a
practice
good
is to
angle.
review their strokes and counter strokes. While he finds her technique
Oh,
good,
that's cute.
He thinks it's bland. After the practice, Alexia states he has good fencing style, but hate it as it feels she is looking at herself. Alexia tells
The good thing about Eminence Shadow is that every girl, every character has a background story itself. They have a fleshed out story that can be separated to the Eminence of Shadow itself. The story of Eminence of Shadow. They can be the main character of their own story. Dude, that's how good Eminence of Shadow is. That's really good though. They have their own backstory. They have their own motivation. They have their own reasons kung bakit nandyan sila. On why they are doing this and that.
Zenon that she is Sid's girlfriend now, who tells her that won't change the fact that she is betrothed to him, even if it's still a public secret. Sid then realizes what is going on. After that, Sid asks Alexia that she just wanted someone to help her get out of the engagement with Zenon and chose a low-class aristocrat, whom she could easily control. As she confirms, Sid states he doesn't want more attention and isn't interested in being mixed up in her problems. Alexia tells him that's a bit cold from him, as she knows he fake confessed her, since his friends easily told her everything. She tells him that if the student body learns she toyed with a young girl's heart, he will not see a peaceful day.
That is a very good reasons actually. She is a very fleshed out character. She is a really cool character. Dude,
In the academy, Alexia wants to
that's very reasonable.
continue the boyfriend act until Zenon gives up. Sid notes that he may not give up as it's clear Sid is out of Alexia's league. Alexia knows it, but wants to buy some time and then she will deal with it somehow. Alexia takes out and throws a
This scene.
coin. Staring at it, Sid asks her if he looks like a type that can be brought. Alexia
No, that's not the thing, but yeah, I will take it.
confirms, and so does Sid. As she throws
Yes, it is.
another coin, he jumps and get it with his
There's
mouth
a dog,
while acting
baby.
like a dog. Sid
Okay.
knows that his parents' allowance isn't enough to carry his Eminence and Shadow operation.
Yeah, true. Sid knows about it, that he needs money. He needs money to operate, but he doesn't know that Alpha already doing that. Alpha, Beta, Gamma, and everyone in the girls already have their own powers in this world. Really, dude. Hey, where's the sound? Where's the sound? Dude.
That the students Sid
What
knows
happened?
that his parents' allowance isn't enough to carry his Eminence and Shadow operation. He can't let this chance slip up. Sid decides
That's a very,
to continue being
that
his
is a
boyfriend
very,
and is
very,
glad
very, very sus angle, but I'll take
he
it.
can't let
I'll
this
take
chance
it,
slip up.
dude. I'll
Sid
will
decides
take
to
it.
Continue being her boyfriend
That's
and is
cute.
glad that the students focus on she having a boyfriend and not him, which lets him being the background boyfriend character.
That's unfortunate to him, but it is for the cash. It is for the cash, dude.
In public, Alexia is prudent, but behind the scenes, she constantly badmouths Zenon. Sid decides to not argue with her and just agrees to everything she says.
That's the usual boyfriend do as a background character boyfriend. Dude, imagine a story that hits real life situation. That hits real life situation. That's very, very true.
Sid wonders what's so bad about Zeman, and Alexia thinks it's easy to pretend to be nice. She also judges people by flaws. Zeman doesn't have any, which is not normal for a human. While ridding the train, Alexia tells Sid that he has the fencing basics, but nothing more than that, yet she can't take her eyes off him. He wonders what with her today, as her fencing was unusually aggressive and sloppy. Alexia reveals she always wanted to be as good as her sister. She didn't have what her sister had.
The psychic between them is really cool. I love it. And how they think and what are the things that the reasons behind why, example, this fencing thing. It's really cool though. Really, really cool. It gives me to love the character itself and want to support them and check what are the things that is coming to them.
And decided to become stronger by herself. They ended up calling Alexia the fencing ordinaire. It's unfortunate that Sid's fencing is ordinary like hers. However, Sid doesn't find it unfortunate and Sid likes her fencing. Alexia reveals that her sister told her the same thing after she suffered humiliating defeat at the Potion Festival. But her sister couldn't understand how pathetic Alexia was feeling. Sid explains that he isn't a great person and wouldn't care if someone...
To be fair, in her side, it is reasonable to think that way.
Kills a million people, but there are things that people find worthless. But to him, they are the most precious things in life, which is why he likes her fencing style.
Oh shit, that hits different, dude. That hits different.
Sid draws her sword and asks him what he means by that. Sid states he gets pissed off when people diss the things he likes. The train stops.
And he likes her fencing. He likes her fencing really much. Because Sid Kaguno wants always, in terms of fighting, and as far as I know, based on my understanding on the story itself, okay, it is in my opinion, Sid wants to hone the basics. Really wants to hone, especially on the fight earlier with the guy that transformed everything. He gives that guy a personal lesson on what are the things that he needs to be learned or the things that he needs to be improved in terms of fighting, because that guy has powerful. Yeah, he has so much powerful, but the thing here, he doesn't have the basics. The basics is really important, and you need to make sure that you hone your basics and then use it as in your advantage.
And Alexia leaves, telling Sid goodbye, making him guess this is the end of his unwanted relationship.
And during this season, you will see how basics is really important, especially in the last fight scene. He just dodging, he just, doing small stuff. It is just basics, but those basics things are really powerful. Really powerful. It doesn't have the power itself that boom, the magic itself. But if you dodge like that, if you hit in the right angle, if you know the basic stuff and master it, I think you will be more powerful than the expert itself.
Skell and Poe apologize to Sid for telling everything to Alexia, but wonder how far he got with her while dating her for 2 weeks. Sid states he didn't get anywhere, which annoys them as they state they would have went all the way.
They are very annoying, but that's okay.
Two other men stop.
These two boys are meant to be annoying because they are background character.
Sid and his friends. Zenon states Sid should know that Alexia didn't return to her.
Oh no, another kidnapping situation?
Since Sid was the last
hulaan ko, I will guess she is chained up or she is has been caged. I don't know.
Alexia wakes up chained in a cell.
Again, another girl that is chained up, dude.
Excited to get
no way.
She wonders why her blood, and the man states it's demon blood and he will resurrect.
Okay, cool.
Meanwhile,
cool.
Sid is being beaten and interrogated about the princess
as a background character.
location. He gets excited.
This is one of the things that you know what Sid is really powerful. He knows he can get through everything. He knows that in this situation he can escape, defeat them, eliminate them instantly, but he doesn't do that because he wants to be a background character. And this particular scene is a very background character ish na situation, and it is really, he is actually happy that this is happening to him because he can do some background character stuff.
As he finds this such a classic
he let them punch him
and decided to act properly. so they
Yeah.
don't outshine him. And
That's as viewers, as person who is watching this, we know, I know, you know, everyone knows it. He's just acting. He is just acting, dude.
starts yelling and crying that he doesn't know anything. Sid then meets with Iris and states he feels
Oh,
responsible for Alexa's
no.
kidnapping. Iris wonders
Oh,
if Sid could have really
no.
kidnapped her. Zeden states there are evidence, but
Uh-huh.
with his skill level, he shouldn't
Uh-huh.
have been able to kidnap Alexia, and he believes
True.
him. Since it's
As
been
a
5
true
days,
background
Iris
character.
decides to
As
release
true
him,
background
but orders
character,
that they
dude.
keep track of him. After Sid is released, he goes home. Alpha shows up as well and explains that their organization is growing and they
This scene, you will know, you will notice. I don't know, man. In this scene, I'm just questioning if Sid Kagano likes girls or not. I don't know, man. He doesn't even thinks of any relationship with this girl. I think this is very, very, very sabihin na natin na it was just sexualized. It is very, very intimate. Not intimate. I don't know what's the right word. Very, very the closeness between them is super close. Wherein every boy will grab Alpha here and then have some romantic, romantic scene, romantic kissing, everything. But Sid doesn't do that.
have been gaining
Sid
more
doesn't do
information
that.
on the cult. Sid notes to himself.
Sid just focuses on being background character and do cool stuff. That's it. That's how Sid it is.
That the girls are visiting him time to time and is sure that they are living normal lives, but is happy.
There are
they
so
still
many
play his games
scenes
and
in
visit
this
him. Alpha
scene
explains that Alexia
that
was kidnapped by the cult
very,
due to her
very
blood, and they are investigating.
yeah, that
She
particular
asks him
scene.
if he wants her to dispose of those that interrogated him, but Sid explains they were
It is
just doing their
literally
job.
Alpha
Before leaving,
likes him,
Alpha also
right?
tells him that Delta is here and she has been missing him. Sid sets his eminence in shadow.
You know the money that he gets from that girl, the white girl. He all buys everything this. He used that money to buy everything this just to make it cool. This is just a 20-minute scene. And let's just say a 5-minute scene in the episode just to make sure that Eminence is Shadow, he himself, Shadow, doesn't lack money. he just wants to show, he wants just to brag that he has money and he has enough money to sustain the Shadow itself, the group itself, but he just uses it for 5 minutes. I don't know, man, maybe 20 minutes in their world, but yeah,
Where he
that's
takes out
how cool he is.
an expensive wine.
He uses money just for the act. He uses everything just for being background character. He uses everything just to do the things that he wants to do, to be cool and just being background character. And that is the focus. That is only his focus.
Antique lamp, etc. And then drinks wine while waiting. A bit later, Beta shows up. He tells her the time
He
has
just
come.
wants to
Beta
show
gets
off to
excited and
Beta.
explains that they are ready
Dude.
and under Alpha's orders, they have gathered all available personals in capital 114
Oh, no.
people, a number which surprises Sid. Beta explains that they plan to launch simultaneous attacks on all set hideouts. As she explains the girl roles, Sid stops her, giving her a letter and stating that he
Beta
will be
is
taking
the-
Delta spot.
Beta is not the, let's say, if she fights, she can fight. Literally, she can fight. But among the girls, Beta is the most one who is more curious and the most intelligent. No, I think so. I think he's the most intelligent among them. But everyone is has a brain except for Delta maybe. But yeah. I think Beta is just the most intelligent. But if she wants to fight, she can fight.
Sid leaves his place, and the two knights that interrogated him wait for him and throw him Alexia's boot to frame him and kill him. Sid then
Oh, that's
drops the bodies
unfortunate
of
to
the
you.
two men that were following
You
him
are
and then
dead.
proceeds to kill the two knights. The Shadow Garden then start their attack. The doctor rushes to Alexia,
Oh,
stating
no.
that they are coming. Alexia tries
Oh,
to tell him that the
no.
knights don't kill without a reason, but the man isn't afraid of the knights. He notes that he made a prototype and it should work even on a failed result as the one next to Alexia's room. As he injects the disfigured creature, it becomes much larger and stronger and kills the man. To Alexia's surprise, the
Dr. Zero in Dragon Ball. Yeah, true. Dr. Zero in Dragon Ball. 117 kills, Dr. Zero. Well, if you're a doctor of a monster, that's unfortunate. You have your scene in this story.
The monster then cuts her chains and frees her. While Alexia looks for an exit, he encounters Xenon, who explains that this is his facility.
Oh no!
She gets
Oh
happy,
no!
as
What
she
a plot
always felt
twist!
he isn't right in the
What
head.
a
Xenon
plot
explains
twist!
that with her blood and his research, he will be guaranteed the 12th seat in the Knights of the Rounds, the highest ranking knights in the
True.
order. Alexia attacks him.
Knights of the Rounds. It is really. I don't know who's the Knights of the Rounds
He is
is.
no match for Xenon, who
I think they are very powerful
Xenon
in this
comes
world.
and introduces himself
Knights of
as
the
Shadow.
Rounds. The Shadow, who
As
lurks in
Shadow
the shadow.
introduces himself, Xenon recognizes him as the
What happened to the narrator? What happened to the AI-generated narrator?
one that has been going after the cult, but notes he is a coward as he has been targeting only bases without the cult's core members. However, he is now facing a core member and the future 12th seat of
This is a powerful dude. A powerful dude in this world where it can be seen as a 12 night round. I don't know what is 12 night rounds is. I think they are powerful.
Rounds. Xenon. As Xenon
They have a
attacks Shadow,
powerful
he moves behind him,
magic
placing
maybe,
himself
or
between Xenon and
powerful,
Alexia and
you
mocks
know,
Xenon, asking him where is this core member
being
he spoke
powerful
of.
in
The
terms of
monster had
strength maybe.
escaped above ground. After evacuating the citizens, the Knight face it, but their attacks are ineffective as the monster just heals. Iris comes and inflicts a more
Dude, Iris
serious
is
wound on
one of the
monster, but
strongest,
it
top
heals
2
that
I
too.
think
She
in
decides
this
to get more
in this
serious and
city
cuts the monster
or in
arm.
this
However,
land.
the monster easily regenerates it.
And even though she cuts it every time
Iris
it
decides to cut it into
regenerates,
small
and
pieces so that it won't be able to regenerate.
she is
After
having a
inflicting
hard
several
time in
wounds,
this monster.
Alpha comes and states
And
she
this
just made her
is the
suffer.
goat.
Alpha states she knows the monster
Alpha.
pain and suffering, and she will
Yeah.
put an end to it. Alpha then attacks the monster, curing it and returning
and
it to her
just
original
one hit,
form, a young
just
girl.
one
Alpha sees
hit,
a
you will see the power scaling between these two. The power scaling between the two, dude, is really high. Really, the gap between them is really high,
dependent on
dude.
her, revealing that she is Milia, Greece's daughter. Alpha then tells Iris that they are Shadow Garden and she should just stay back and enjoy
We
the
are
show
looking at
as
the
they deal
shadows,
with
hunting the
situation.
shadows.
Xena decides to get more serious and uses more magical power, but is still easily overwhelmed by
Yeah, true. Dude, see that?
the situation. Xena decides to get more serious
He just gracefully, just, you
and
know.
uses more magical power, but
Okay, you're powerful. That's okay. I'm doing just basic stuff. This is how I am explaining about the basic stuff.
is still
The basic move. Yeah, he just swipe them up,
easily overwhelmed
then stop it. Okay,
by
and then
Shadow.
stomp him under in the back. Even though this guy, this opponent, enemy, has more powerful magic. I know. Sid has more magic in itself, but Sid doesn't even use magic here. He just use basic swordsmanship. And due to that, if you hone it, if you master it, you can defeat the master of all or the powerful enemies.
Xenon gets angry and continues to attack Shadow.
He
who
is just
easily
using
blocks his
basic-
attacks. Seeing the
basic
fight, Alexia
attacks.
is amazed by Shadow and sees
That's
that
good.
At its core, his swordplay is ordinary. It's like her ideal
Very
swordplay
ordinary.
she dreamed when she was young. However, she
Yes.
could never become stronger or equally strong to her sister. Shadow slashes Xenon, who gets angry.
I think this girl should change her goal. He should be her goal should be
Rhea asks him why
feed
is he
himself
hiding
or the
his
shadow
identity
itself.
if he is that strong. Shadow states
Himself.
they are Shadow Garden and they hunt in the shadows.
He had the
which is the sole
shadows.
purpose of their existence. Annoyed,
Yeah.
Xenon takes out some red pills and
We had
explains that by taking them,
shadows.
he will awaken a new nature beyond human limitations.
You know, the good thing about Shadow is that he stick with his principles. He doesn't like borrowed powers. He really doesn't like borrowed powers. I salute him with that particular principle.
And if an ordinary
He really
person
doesn't
takes
really
them,
like
he will be
borrowed
overwhelmed by the
powers.
tremendous
Borrowed powers
power
will
and
never
die.
defeat
Xenon
him.
then takes the
Never
pills and
ever
transforms,
defeat
stating
him.
He is the third awakened. Having far more destructive power than before, Zeman attacks Shadow. However, he easily blocks him once again. As Shadow overwhelms Zeman, he tells him that there is no road to all-mightness if you use borrowed power. He then sets a
Yeah.
magic circle around Zeman,
100%.
which surprises him how powerful it is. Shadow states there once was a man who wanted to withstand a nuclear bomb. The man then
Yes.
developed his muscles, honed his body,
Yes.
perfected his skills. However, there were still heights he could not attain.
Yes, he perfected everything, but he cannot be he cannot win against Atomic when in his previous world, but this world,
Time, Shadow realized
he
that if
will
he
be
don't want to be
the Atomic
vaporized by a
itself.
nuclear bomb, he needs to become nuclear himself. Demon thinks he is crazy and tries slashing him. But
It's
his sword breaks
crazy,
as it hits
dude.
Shadow. Shadow then tells him to
That's
witness
how
his
powerful
almightiness as
he
uses
is,
his
dude.
almighty power. He then chants, "I am atomic." A
Oh, dude, that's, oh my, you should not do it like that. You should show it itself. Shadow, Sid, Atomic. I mean Shadow, Sid, Atomic. Dude, this scene is really cool. Look at this. Oh, no. This is not that. Ay, this, dude. He... That's the... I simply have become the nuclear myself. Dude, I... Oh my goodness. Dude, look at those circumference. Dude, that's how powerful it is. That's an ASMR for you, dude. Oh my goodness, I love it. I really love it, dude. Really love it.
The city. Alexia finds herself unharmed in the middle of the crater. He picks a sword and starts practicing her fencing. Iris sees her and comes down, hugging her, and states she is glad that she is alive. Sometime after that, Alexia returns to school and she tells Sid of what happened. She thanks him for liking her fencing and tells him that she also finally learned to like it. They were pretending to be a couple, but now
Oh no, she likes him. She likes him. Oh
is
no.
dead. Alexia wonders if Sid wants to keep the relationship
The badass here is coming, dude.
going, but Sid refuses.
Dude, what a Chad. What a Chad. What a Chad.
Shocks Alexia,
Oh,
who then attacks
yes.
him. The spot they talk get known as people found a large amount of blood.
He dead.
No.
No. He's
People
it. He's
found
it.
or reported. As a result, in time, the case got known as one of the school's 7 mysteries, the Bodiless Murder. The Shadow Garden girls are excited about how powerful Shadow is and how all of their enemies will one day vanish from his light, just like Xenon. They have a report from Zeta, who found the target and will be investigating. Ida's research is also going smoothly. However, they have one issue. Someone has been pretending to be from Shadow Garden and
Oh
delivering
no,
justice.
this
They're covering the
scene, this
tracks well, but
season.
Gamma is sure they will catch them. Iris now knows about the cult in Shadow Garden. She knows that Xenon was a adherent of the cult, and because of that, she doesn't trust the Knight's Order. She trusts Glenn and Marco, and decides to form a new investigation team with them. Iris reveals they have found an item, but need to find someone who can decipher its functions. Meanwhile, while reading and carrying books, Sherry Barnett bumps into Sid, who is covered in blood from Alexia's attack. Skell and Poe wonder how things went with Alexia, and if Sid got at least a kiss. However, Sid tells them that they broke up and haven't done anything. Disappointed, Skell tells him that he knows a place that
Background
sells all
character,
kinds
dude.
of good stuff, including something called chocolate, which they can use to give to girls and win them. As Skell and Poe are too excited, Sid accepts, as he is also curious to see what this world calls chocolate. Iris shows an artifact they found in the hideout of the cult. However, as they can't decipher it, she asks Sherry Barnett, the most brilliant mind in the kingdom, if she can decipher it. Her father, Lutheran, encourages
this
Sherry to
scene,
do it. Sherry accepts and Iris decides to
this
assign the Crimson
season,
Order to keep watch
this
on them.
arc
Lutheran hears that's the new
is
Night
cool.
Order that Iris
That's
formed,
okay.
and Iris confirms, and that it's a small order.
It is
made by
very
people
long
she
actually, but
trusts.
that's
Alexia
okay.
also wishes
I
to
like
help,
it.
and Iris accepts. Sid, Skell, and Poe go to the store, but the line is so big that they have to wait 80 minutes for their turns.
80
Poe is worried
minutes?
as that means they will head back at dark, and he heard there was a killer going around at night. While waiting,
Oh,
a worker from
no.
the store asks Sid if he can come with her and answer some survey. As Sid
Dude, this time, when he... Oh no, let's just watch it. Let's just watch it actually.
World, as there are many things that remind him of his world that he haven't seen elsewhere in this world. Sid is eventually taken to a throne room in a house above the store building. Sid then sees Gamma next to the throne and figures at her store.
Gamma!
And states she recreated it from the wisdom Sid shared with them. Sid recalls telling the girls random stuff and notes that Gamma was the source.
Yeah, he actually teaches one of each of them some stuff na natutunan niya sa Earth, nung nasa Earth pa siya. And then those things na ginamit na natutunan niya is na shinare niya sa mga girls, shinare niya to all of the girls. He learns it. They learn it and then they use those information to apply it in this world, which is really cool, dude. Really cool.
but also lacks athleticism. In that moment, Gamma ends up falling the stairs. Gamma invites Sid to sit on the throne, and as he sits, he feels like a king. He congratulates her and creates something like fireworks as her reward.
Okay, dude. Okay, dude. As a reward, here's the fireworks. What is her? Is she a dog? Okay, bata ba siya? Is she a children? Okay, this is fireworks. Okay, are you happy now?
Which excites her as the
Yeah,
light
she's
reminds her of
happy,
the light he used to
literally
save her.
happy.
Sid guesses she's making money and Gamma
That's what I'm saying. Everyone here has a good background story wherein, especially Sid, save them.
confirms, stating she has several franchises around the cities and that they even use mail orders for remote areas. She shows him she has 1 million zeni as immediate disposal. Hearing that, Sid is shocked. Gamma guesses Sid gained due to the incidents and the killer who states he is from Shadow Garden. They are investigating him already and promises Sid that they will put an end to his deeds. Sid had no idea, but decides to play along and states he has some idea who it may be as he recalls his incident with Alexia. Gamma introduces New, the newest member of the Numbers, and explains that Alpha acknowledged her skill. Sid tells her that he will call her if he needs her. He then tells Gamma that he wants to purchase 3 chocolate of the cheapest, but Gamma states she will give him chocolate for free from the highest quality. Sid gets happy, and while laughing with Gamma, he also steals 1 coin. Sid and his friends then...
Yeah, you know what? What good about Sid is that he is thinking about the Shadow Garden itself, and he actually sacrificed so much with that girl, the white girl, pretending to be a boyfriend, just for him to have money for the Shadow Garden, and then eventually he knows that Shadow Garden actually doesn't needed actually his help, because Shadow Garden himself already has a bountiful abundance of money. Actually, Shadow Garden doesn't even need help from Sid in terms of financial, because they have already the money itself.
rush heading home.
They are the powerhouse of the city and the country itself. They already control the market, actually.
Sid guesses that Alexia went crazy and had started killing people.
That's how good Alpha, Beta, Gamma, those girls are. All the things that they learned to Sid, they use it in a good way, and then profit about it.
Hearing something, he stops and tells his friends that he needs to poop right away and tells them to go before they see him shit himself. Skell and Poe believe that is very manly and states they won't forget him and will never tell anyone about it. Sid then goes in the back alley where he heard Alexia fighting, but is surprised to see her fighting some men who claim to be from Shadow Garden. They manage to injure her, but Sid shows up as Shadow and kills one of the men and tells the others that they will also pay for impersonating Shadow Garden. The men run and Alexia asks Shadow why is he fighting, but he tells her to stay out of it. Shadow follows the men and kills one of them. New then shows up and congratulates Shadow on finding them that fast and requests that he leaves the rest.
That's good how Shadow is.
She will get information from the remaining man.
Okay,
Shadow
cool.
agrees and leaves. New then cuts the man's arm, disarming him, stating she isn't as forgiving as Shadow. Elsewhere, a man informs a knight that he lost contact with the puppet and the 2 other men. The knight states it's fine as they located the item.
Oh, what a robot to do. Who is that? Question mark smiley face.
Shadow Garden.
Who might be is that?
Cult, and Iris hopes that they will learn something more when the artifact gets deciphered. Alexia then asks her who she thinks is the real enemy, Shadow Garden or the cult. Iris states it's both and that she won't allow anyone to wreak havoc in the kingdom.
To be fair to her, she doesn't even know anything, and that is, I think, the right answer. She doesn't even know anything. As a person who is watching this, as a viewer, we know everything. We know, but she doesn't, in her perspective. So that's the fair point. That is fair to think that Shadow Garden might be an enemy.
The next day on the train for school, rumors spread that Sid had shit his pants. Skell and Poe are nervous and ask Sid if he got the chocolate from yesterday. At school, Skell gives chocolate to an upper-class woman, but the person she's engaged shows up and catches Skell.
That's
and
unfortunate.
Wants to have a chat with him.
A background character himself.
Footsteps, and that he learned all about the girl he plans on giving chocolate. As he approaches her, she recognizes him as her stalker and yells. Sid decides to give his chocolate to the first girl he sees and be over with his background character moment. Sherry then sits next to him and he gives her the chocolate and leaves. Sherry recognizes Sid from the other day.
That's how plot goes on. You will see, dude, you will see.
In her room, she wonders what is the chocolate.
The plot himself revolves around Sid Kagano and he doesn't even know it.
Her father then comes in and recognizes it's chocolate and explains it's been popular lately. Sherry tells him that a boy gave it to her and her father
Another
guesses it's a
background
present and
girl
it must have been love at
that
first
will be
sight.
in
He
love
wonders
to
what she
see
will tell him
Kaga,
as
no?
he must be waiting for an answer. He also tells her that study and research is important, but she also needs to learn how to interact with others. He starts to cough, but states he has been feeling better lately and is lucky to have such a good daughter.
Aw,
Sherry
that's
states she is
sweet.
the
What a
lucky one as he
good
adopted her.
father.
Sherry thinks of what her father
That's
told her that
sweet.
the love at first sight. She finally decides to try the chocolate and finds it really sweet. New disguises
that's
as a
sweet. That's
student
cool.
and approaches Sid at school. She tells him that the man they caught had a powerful brainwashing that broke his mind and wasn't able to obtain any information from him. While
Well,
New
that's
explains
unfortunate.
things, Sid is distracted and is thinking how Skell ended up signing him for a fencing tournament. New explains that they confirmed the presence of a named first child in the royal
He doesn't even listening at this point.
capital, Rex, the game of betrayal. New says that first child are those who maintain their sense of self despite being one of the children. Sid states he needs some time to think and leaves. At the tournament, Claire easily wins her fight. Next up is the student council president Rose Oriana versus Sid. He decides
Okay, cool. This is dope,
to
dude.
show his 48 techniques he mastered.
48 techniques. Techniques of being background character in a
As
fight.
their fight starts, Sid lets himself get hit and coughs fake blood, showing his secret background character technique spinning
Yeah,
drill ball,
true.
bloody tornado, an unsightly defeat in the first round at the
Goldilocks girl doesn't even know anything. She is thinking that those 48 techniques are just some techniques fighting style to beat her, but no. Those 48 techniques are just how to become a mob character to be seen by everyone that she is very weak and wants to demonstrate the 48 mob techniques.
the hands of an indisputable
You know what I
champion.
mean.
The judge is about to give the win to Oriana, but Sid stops him. He continues
You know what? This turns out different on the perspective of the Goldilocks girl.
to cause fake blood, but wish to continue as he has
Yeah.
47 other techniques to
She respect
show
it.
off.
She
Sid
really
continues to get
literally
one-shotted,
respects
stands
Sid at
after
this
each
point.
hit, wanting the fight to
And,
continue. Oriana is surprised by his determination and
yeah.
decides to get serious. As she attacks, the judge jumps in and saves Sid, announcing the end of the fight and Oriana as
Goldilocks
winner.
girl.
The judge states
W.
it's too dangerous for Sid to continue as he lost a lot of blood. Sid protests
Oh, no.
and wants to continue as he still has 33 techniques to show
33
off, but
mob
he is carried out.
techniques.
After the fight, Sid hopes he will still get a
Okay.
chance to show the remaining of his techniques. He is then approached by Sherry, who explains she watched his fight and he was incredible as he kept standing up. She then gives him cookies she baked as thanks
That's
and
sweet.
suggests they can start as friends. Sid isn't sure why she gave him cookies
True.
and what she means by starting as
He
friends,
doesn't
but
even
he
sure at
accepts.
all.
She tells her father that they are going to be friends and he joins them. Sid recognizes him as an important person and notes that if he wishes to remain obscure as possible, he shouldn't be having a contact with him. After some
True.
small talk, he uses his injuries as an excuse to leave. Sherry is thinking about Sid and wonders if she should visit him since they are friends. She decides to go and talk
Sid doesn't want to be a main character, but he always stick to the person who might be the main character in the story. He literally stick to them. I don't know why. Because it is plot.
with Alexia, who guesses that she is there to talk about the artifact, but Sherry denies it. Nervous, Sherry says she heard that Alexia is in a relationship with Sid and one
This is a cute scene actually. I like it. I really like it. It is this romance something. It is very cute. Very, very cute. And I love it.
If it's true, Alexia states they broke up, and in reality they weren't dating, but pretending to be a couple for specific reasons. Sherry gets quite happy to hear that, and states she became friends with Sid the other day. She wasn't able to concentrate
Oh
on the research, but
no.
now it's
Another girl. Another girl.
glad to learn they aren't together. Sherry leaves happy, but Alexia gets frustrated.
Oh
After
no, Alexia. You should have grabbed Sid first.
5 days,
You know
Sid
what I
returns
mean?
to school and feels
Rub
like
it
everyone is a bit nicer to him
as
than
much as
usual.
possible.
Oriana then comes to explain the election to fill the vacancy on the student council. At the same time, a
Oh, this is the scene. That's cool.
masked knight from
Okay,
the cult
cool.
decides to start
Nice.
their plan. He creates a barrier around the school, but seemingly only Sid notices it. Alexia returns to school, but sees the gate is closed and that he guard is dead. Sid
Oh,
notices
no.
and uses magic. Some men then come in the room claiming to be from Shadow Garden and
What do you expect will Sid will do? Dude, as a background character? Usually background character What happened to them? Oh no.
Complaining that they are taking over the academy. Oriana decides to fight
Let's see,
them,
let's
but
see, let's see.
realizes she can't use magic. The fake Shadow Garden members are able to use magic, and one of them
Uh-huh.
easily breaks Oriana's sword.
Uh-huh.
He then attempts to kill her, but Sid rushes in and pushes her away while taking the hit and then
True.
falls to the ground covered in blood.
Because that is a background character will do. And that is a background character. That is what will happen to a background character. Usually background characters dies first. Right? And he dies. For her sake, actually.
Rose wonders why he gave his life away to save her, but then gets
And that is what Sid wants to do. That is what Sid wants to happen.
guesses he loved her, which explains why he was motivated to keep standing when he fought her.
But Goldilocks girl has different perspective on what Sid did. And yeah, I know there might be some misunderstanding, but it is a good misunderstanding to be honest with you.
And why he gave his life. The terrorists then move all the students to the auditorium. Sid starts hitting his heart, and as it starts
That's how powerful he is, actually.
beating again, he wakes up. He reveals it was his secret technique where he stops his heart for 10 minutes, but maintains regular
That's cool. Very cool. Even a place without magic, Sid cannot be stopped. Never cannot be stopped.
blood flow to his brain. His magic is still obstructed,
Yeah.
but he can use it if he narrows it to threads. Rex
Yeah.
enters Sherry's room. He states he is from Shadow Garden, but then wonders if it was Shadow Guardian. He explains his job is to retrieve the artifact, and once he is done, he is allowed to wreak as much havoc as he wants.
Okay.
Rex then sees the artifact in Sherry's hand, but
Uh-huh.
as he attacks her, Glenn stops him. Rex is impressed
Glenn!
he managed to
I don't
do
know
it
who Glenn
without
is.
magic, and Rex explains it's easy when his opponent is weaker. While Glenn and Marco keep the terrorists
Mhm.
busy, they let Sherry run away. Sid observes the movement of the terrorists and is quite excited about the whole situation. He is
Uh-huh.
annoyed they were all black as they aren't doing it properly. He decides to show up at night and snipes
He's the name because they are not doing that properly.
quite a few of them so that he makes his grand appearance.
That's cool though. Look at this boy. Look at this boy.
This is easy.
His hands in the pockets. In the
He notices
pockets.
a girl running and almost begging to be captured and realizes
Uh-huh.
she is Sherry. While she moves
Uh-huh.
around, Sid ends up taking out several terrorists, saving her from being captured or detected. Sherry ends up tripping on
Hello.
stairs and falls, but Sid captures her. He has several things to tell her, but first asks her to remove her noisy slippers.
True.
Before reaching her father's room, Sid ends up taking out a few more terrorists.
Uh-huh.
Sherry finds the book she was looking for and explains that the artifact Eye of Avaris is the one that blocks
Okay.
their magic. The artifact absorbs and stores the magic from any user, but it can
Okay.
be programmed to ignore some magical frequencies. Sherry guesses it
no.
can absorb magical traces that are too small to
I
detect
see.
or powerful spells that exceed its
Okay.
capacity. However, there is
However-
capable of doing the second. Once the artifact had absorbed all it could absorb, it will
I don't know
release
what the
all stored
technicalities
energy
is,
at once.
but
Since all the students are in the
to be
auditorium,
honest with you,
Sherry
I totally
guesses
forgot
the artifact
that
is
this
somewhere
the
nearby, and if it releases
technicalities
all the
about
energy,
this
it will blow up and
part.
kill all in the auditorium. Because of that,
Yeah,
Sherry
okay.
states her father didn't publish his findings and gave the artifact to the
Mhm.
government for safekeeping. Sherry also explains that the artifact she was researching is used to control the Eye of Varus and store the energy
Eye
for a
of
long term.
Varus.
Sherry plans on using the basements
Okay.
and reach the auditorium. Once she is close to the Eye of Avaris, she will
Mm-hmm.
activate this artifact and stop the Eye of Avaris from exploding. However, she
That's
left all
cool.
of her tools needed to fine-tune this artifact in her room.
And that's why
then
Sid
states
here
he will get them for
to
her
get all
and
the
leaves her.
tools he
Rex
needed.
reports to the cult knight that some of their men have been taken out by someone skilled and guesses that Shadow Garden is here. As Rex still haven't obtained the artifact, the cult knight threatens him to go and find it or he will kill him. The cult
Oh,
knight notes that once
no.
his ambitions are realized, he will be
Uh-huh.
reinstated in the Knights of Rounds.
Okay.
Rex is walking with
Knights
four
of
men,
Rounds
but in an
again?
instant, he ends up
What
losing
good-
them, as
what
Sid
good
then hits
is
him
it in the
before
Knights
Rex
of
manages
Round?
to react. Thinking Sid is fast due to an artifact, Rex creates a net around himself, stating that no matter how fast Sid is, the moment he gets caught in his net,
Psych!
he will know. He then turns
Psych!
around and sees that Sid is already inside his net. Sid proceeds attacking Rex and eventually takes him in a classroom with each seat taken by a dead terrorist. As
Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal. That's how cool Sid is. He collects all the dead persons and then get it in the certain room and then have this boy, this Log Horizon character in this room and then have him see all the dead bodies of his
Sid
comrades.
attacks Rex again. He notes that Rex is awesome. Meanwhile,
He is
New finds the
brutal,
dead body
dude.
of
He
Glenn
is
Marco.
brutal.
He's still alive, but knocked
How?
out. A
That's
moment
how
later,
cool
Sid
he
arrives
is.
and starts looking for Sherry's tools. New explains that Marco was her betrothed. She then explains that Shadow Garden had infiltrated the academy and are awaiting orders. However, she explains that not being able to use magic is a risk and only the 7 shadows can do it. Currently, only Gamma is in the capital, but this type of mission isn't her forte. Even New herself can only use about half of her power right now. As she continues her report, Sid asks her to help him find some items. After obtaining all the tools, Sid explains he needed them to fine-tune an artifact and that Eye of Avaris is absorbing their
that?
magic. Once they fine-tune the other artifact, they can neutralize the Eve of Avaris.
Okay, cool.
Without
That's
magic,
great.
Iris is unable to do anything and is forced to stay outside the academy. Meanwhile, Sherry fine-tunes the artifact and is ready to head into the tunnel.
Let's
But before they
go!
step into them, Sherry recalls seeing the death of her mother as a
Oh,
child.
no.
Lutheran comforted her, stating her mother
Oh,
was a great
no.
researcher and offered to take and raise Sherry. As Lutheran supported her mother's research, Sherry is determined to repay him. Sid leaves Sherry head into the tunnels alone. The cult knight wonders why is Rex taking that long. Some of the terrorists then start shooting the students for fun, but Rose tells the students to not do anything as without magic they won't stand a chance.
Okay.
Sherry reaches the auditorium and seeing the cult knight holding the Eye of Avaris, she activates her artifact and disables the magic blocking field. In that moment,
Let's go,
Rose attacks one of the
W.
terrorists, stating their magic
Let's
is
go,
back
baby.
and the students start fighting
Go,
back.
Deluxe
As the fight
attack!
starts, Sid comes from the roof with other Shadow Guard
Yes,
members and
baby.
engages the terrorists.
That's how cool it is. That's how he wants to happen. That's how he wanted to happen.
Cult
That's
Knight
cool.
leaves, but activates a system that causes the auditorium and the rest of the
Oh,
school to burst into
no.
flames. Iris finally makes a move, but sees the terrorists are dead and the students are outside and okay. She asks Rose what happened, and Rose explains that once their magic was back an organization called Shadow Guardian.
Shadow Garden the rise. Let's
came
go,
and killed the
baby.
terrorists, who were also calling themselves Shadow Garden. Sherry
Shadow
couldn't see
Garden.
her father at the auditorium and wonders where is he as she
Where is he? Question mark, smiley face. Where he is actually
to
is.
escape the fire.
Where
Cult
is he?
Knight burns some books. Sid appears and wonders why Love.
You know what? At this scene, I'm just questioning how Sid knows the person behind the mask. How Sid knows. But if you will ask me, I think Sid just thinking like, it is very cool if his father is behind the mask. I think that's what Sid is thinking. And then the plot itself revolves, since the plot itself revolves around him, that is what happened. I think so. That is what I think. That is what I believe that happens here. There is actually no. I think there is some things actually that hinted behind the person who is in this the person behind this mask, but you cannot say to me that you can instantly say that the person behind the mask is the father of Pink Girl. No way, dude. You cannot say to me that you can click on one eye, click of an with a snap that with that simple snap that, oh, that's the father of the Pinky Girl. No. There are some little hints about it, but it is not so it's not so explained, or at least what do you call this, presented in the scene itself or the story itself. It is just that Sid wants the person behind the mask be the father of the Pinky Girl, I think. And he just guessed it, and he is right actually.
Dressed like that, the cult knight removes his helmet, revealing he is indeed Lutheran, and wonders how Sid knows that. But Sid states it was obvious from the moment he saw him.
That's cap. It is not obvious. He just wanted to be the father.
Sid wondered why he did.
He said it is because it is cool. It is cool. Dude, see, Sid actually said that because that is cool to say it.
Lutheran explains that once he reached the top of the sword fighting world, but soon he became sick. He easily lost the glory he fought hard to attain and started searching a way to cure his disease and found potential in a certain artifact. He funded Sherry's mother research and eventually found the artifact he longed for. However,
and then what
Sherry's
you do?
mother
What you
stated
do?
The Eye of Avaris was dangerous and wanted to give it to the government for safekeeping.
Oh,
Lutheran
no.
then killed Sherry's mother. Sherry
Oh,
didn't see him there
no.
and never realized it and continued her mother's research. research.
Oh,
Sid wonders if
no.
Lutheran used Sherry for his selfish reasons, and he confirmed. Sid then explains he doesn't care for Sherry and her mother, but suggests they start before someone else comes. Sid and Lutheran then face each other, but in an instant Lutheran cuts Sid and he falls through the window. A moment later, Shadow comes. Having experience with strong fighters, Lutheran immediately notes that he knows he is at disadvantage against Shadow. Not wanting to waste time, he pulls out the Eye of Avaris and the Control Unit artifact and explains that when you combine them, their true value shows. As he does, he starts overflowing with magical energy. and feels
Again,
reborn.
borrowed
Lutheran then
magic.
starts attacking Shadow. However, Shadow
Borrowed
easily blocks his
power.
attacks without even moving from his spot. Lutheran decides to get serious and lunges at Shadow, but he ends up cut by him. Angered,
Oh,
Lutheran still
no.
continues to attack Shadow and explains that he made sure Shadow Garden are blamed for all of this and they will be hunted by everyone.
That's
Shadow
cute.
finds that hilarious and explains
That's
that something
cute,
small
dude.
as this won't end his organization, which isn't good or evil, but walks
He
on its own
doesn't
path.
really
Shadow is
care.
fine taking all the guilt for
That's
all
how
crimes, but
good
states that won't
this
change
story
anything,
is.
and they will continue to do what they must. Shadow then disarms Lutheran
Shadow doesn't even care if they're doing is good or not. He doesn't really care. He just do whatever he
and
wants.
proceeds stabbing his limbs. He then recalls how Lutheran stated he killed
They are not justice itself. Literally, they are not justice. 100%.
Sherry's mother and stabs him the same way and kills him. In that moment, Sherry arrives and sees her dead father and starts crying over his body.
Sid or Shadow knows that Pinky Girl will arrive 100%, and he let the Pinky Girl saw him killing her father, so that she will blame Sid or Shadow on the death of his father.
Shadow notes it's better if he doesn't tell her about her mother and just leaves. Shadow is labeled as enemy to the kingdom and is wanted for mass murder, kidnapping,
Doesn't matter.
arson, and robbery.
Doesn't matter
Gamma
to
tells Alpha
Shadow.
that Shadow states he will gladly accept the guilt for all crimes,
Yes.
but that won't change anything and they will keep doing what they must. Alpha
Yes.
thought they stood for righteousness, but Shadow doesn't
Yes.
seem to see it that way.
They
and
are
must
not
live up to
justice,
his resolve.
dude. They
She
are
tells
not.
Gamma to assemble the available 7 shadows. The academy gets closed for an earlier summer break. Sherry thanks Sid for his help the other day. She tells him that she decided to go study abroad in Logos. She needs to do something, but can't do it at the moment with her knowledge and also has no reason to stay here anymore. She wished to get to know Sid better, but Sid tells her they can do that next time. Before leaving, he asks her what she needs to do. After a moment of silence, she tells him it's a secret. The summer break
Secret,
starts earlier,
dude.
and
It's a
most students
secret.
decide to head home. Having nothing
We
to
still
do
do
at
not
home,
know what
Sid
happened to her,
decides
no?
stay in the dorm, but soon realizes he doesn't have anything to do there either. He soon receives a letter from Alpha telling him about Lindworm. Meanwhile, Epsilon is happy to start her
Epsilon is good. Dude, Epsilon is a really good character, dude.
day. She recalls how she was saved by Shadow and obtained slime magic, which allowed her to fight 2 fates. Using the slime magic, she gives herself to
Oh no. She's very cute though. She's very cute. Oh yeah, I like
a
Epsilon.
larger bust. Beta writes a novel about how Shadow saved a woman from Zen and Griffin, but gets frustrated and decides to take some fresh air. Outside, Beta ends up meeting Epsilon.
Oh no, the battle of boobies. Oh no.
States that lately Shadow has been gazing at her and especially her chest.
No
Beta doesn't want
way.
to believe it, but Epsilon states that since
She-
both have large busts, they are more
You know what? Shadow or Sid just looking at her bust, because Sid is actually fascinated, not because of how large it is, but how Epsilon do it. How accurate and very cool that Epsilon do, and how perfect it is to have a bust like it, like that. You know what? The control of slime, in terms of controlling slime, I think Epsilon is on the top. Because of Epsilon is on the top in terms of controlling the slime, the black slime. Yeah, she literally has the best control among them.
aware of those sort of glances. Epsilon then teases Beta
The
if she had not
accuracy,
received such gazes
how
from Shadow.
big it is,
Zeus then
how
comes and tells them that they have a new
shape it
directive
is,
from Alpha.
how
Iris
good
and
it
Alexia
is.
visits Gamma's
Epsilon
store
is
to
on the
prepare
top.
for Alexia's trip to the Sacred Land as a special guest for the goddess's trial.
Mhm.
Alexia intends to use the opportunity and speak with Archbishop and looks into dark rumors about corruption and missing orphans.
Okay,
Gamma meets
cool,
them
cool,
and
cool,
introduces
cool.
herself as Luna. After explaining why they are there, Alexia requests
You know what? all the girls has their own code name. Gamma is Luna. I don't know, man. They have different personalities outside the world. I mean, they have their own, unique names. Or it is like Shadow. Shadow has Sid Kagano, and then behind Sid Kagano, he has Shadow. It's himself. So the girls as well has that, and in front they are just entrepreneur, they are writers, singers, they are simple people in the city, but behind that they are the Shadow Gardens. They are part of Shadow,
to see some
lurking in
other
the
more
shadow,
common
hunting the
items like
shadows.
this, which won't be exactly for her, but it won't be a gift to someone either. Gamma
Yeah.
then realizes what she means and shows her some panties and thongs, as they barely
Okay.
cover anything and the men like them. Iris is against it, but Alexia likes them and is confident she
Oh.
will look good in them. She ends
Oh,
up trying
no.
them and manages to convince Iris to let her buy them. After the terrorist attack,
What a scene!
ends up
Dude.
trying them and manages
They are both hot. Literally, they are both
to
hot.
convince
And this tension, kinda Yuri, dude. Kinda Yuri, but I like it. I like it.
Iris to let her
Oh no, what happened here? There's so many R34 in this anime, actually, dude.
buy them. After the terrorist attack, Rose heard
Shit.
that Sid is alive and rushed to find
The
him. She found
tension,
him covered in
the
bandages and
hotness
stitches. He
is
must
on
have
peak.
survived and caused a miracle by his deep love to her. She accepts his love, and as he saved her, she will give him her heart. Later, Sid
Oh,
and Rose
no.
are traveling together in a train
Oh,
towards the
no.
Sacred Lands, with Rose clinging to him. As it will
Uh-huh.
take them 2 more days until they
Uh-huh.
arrive, Sid feels his decision to take the train as a background character was a mistake, and he could have run there faster. Rose
True.
guessed that Sid is there
True.
to take on the goddess's trial. Sid is not sure, but guesses that Alpha sent him for that and confirms it. Rose then
I don't know if he actually looking at the bust, but I respect him. I respect him.
explains that those that receive the goddess blessing
Goldilocks
may
is a
even marry
good girl.
princess, and if he gets it, she will speak with
She
her
is a
father about
nice
the
and
young,
beautiful
brave
girl.
man. She still can't tell anyone about them, but believe that if they work hard, they will have a happy future. Reaching Lindworm, Sid sees some keychains of a sword piercing a left demonic arm. Rose explains that according to the legend, here Olivia cut off the left arm of the demon Diablos. Somewhere within the nearby mountains are the ruins known as the Sanctuary, where it's said that Diablo's left arm is sealed. Walking around, Rose notices a signing event of the author Nasum. Rose is a big fan of hers and they line up. She explains how original her works are and how diverse and imaginary they are. Sid then checks some of her books and sees titles like Asherella, Star It's a Trap Wars, One Purse, Dragon Bowl, etc. He quickly
No
realizes
way,
they are
dude. No
plagiarizing.
way. No, and he is thinking that there is another isekai the person in this world, but yeah, it is just
Guesses that someone else had reincarnated like him and lines up to find out who it is. To his surprise, he sees Beta is Nasum, who used his wisdom to get herself famous. Sid recalls that Beta told him she loves literature, so he
Yeah.
told her a few stories from his past life. He thought she
Oh,
was
that's
going to use
episode,
them as an
right, in the
inspiration
left
to come up
side.
with a cool story, but she ended up
Uh-huh.
stealing them. Beta signs a book and gives it to him, stating it contains all the details of the mission. Rose
and he doesn't even understand it.
shows her book to Sid,
He doesn't
saying
even
that
care
Nasum wrote
about
her
it.
name in She wonders what Nasum wrote to Sid, but are surprised to see it's written in ancient language. Rose nouns a bit, but can't read it. She wonders why she wrote it like that, and Sid guesses it's because it's cool. Alpha is next
Yeah,
to
true,
Archbishop
because it is cool. It is cool. There is some deep happening in the background, and then it is just, oh no.
Bishop Drake's dead
It is
body
cool.
and wonders what he was
Why?
hiding, that they
It
needed
is
to kill
cool.
a man of his high status. Sid notices a man running on a rooftop and stops him. The man attacks him, but Sid easily blocks. Epsilon then shows up and kills the man. She tells Sid that the target was eliminated by the cult's executioner. They got his henchman, but the executioner has gone into hiding. They will be moving to Plan B. Sid informs her that he will be proceeding with his
Okay.
own plans. One of the things Sid likes is hot springs, while
Oh
Lindworm-
shit, this hot spring, the Excalibur. The
He
Excalibur.
goes to a hot spring, unexpectedly. Alexia is already there too. He wonders why she is in Lindworm, and she explains she is a special guest for the goddess trial. Alexia asks Sid the same question, and Sid explains that a friend invited him, telling him that there is a fun event. Alexia expected Sid to
Oh,
be over
no.
her, but he isn't even looking at her.
You know what? We need to watch this. We need to watch this. Sid. Kagano. Hot spring. Hot spring? Hindi ko alam spelling ito lang. Hot spring. Yeah, dude. This scene is cool. Where is it? This. Nagulat siya eh. He doesn't even care. Dude, he doesn't even care if there's a girl together with him. That's confident he is. We need to watch this.
怪我はもういいの？生きててよかったわ。
Okay.
君はなんでリンドブルムに？
Lindrum.
女神の試練の来賓よ。
Okay, cool. Goddess
その
trial.
女神の試練のことだと思うんだけど。
戦いの儀式よ。
It's a fighting ritual.
事前の申請が必要だもの。
Uh-huh.
古代の戦士は自分にふさわしい挑戦者の呼びかけにしか答えないわ。
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
ちなみに私は参加しないわ。それどころじゃないもの。
Oh, she doesn't. Oh, I just remember she doesn't fight. Yeah, true.
もともと大司教様には黒い噂があって、知りたければ紅の騎士団に入りなさい。
やめとく。
なめ
That's a good angle, to be honest with you. I love it.
回すように見られるんじゃない。
I had assumed you would ogle me like you were trying to eat me with your
予想
eyes.
したんだけど。
僕のエクス
Might I ask you to stop glancing over at my Excalibur? The confidence, dude. The
彼らを
confidence,
チラチラ
dude.
見るのはやめてくれないか。
それが
You call that Excalibur? And then he.
エクスカリバーですって。
This is what good. This is the good part. Then he stand up,
君が
presented Excalibur himself. You may come to find out that what you thought was a
水だ
worm
と思ったものはまだ最
was merely still contained in its left. In its shit pala, sorry, shit. It is a worm, maybe. But when it erected, you know what I
手
mean?
に入っている
It
だけかも
is
しれないん
really. I don't know why he did this.
鞘から抜かれ
When a holy sword is removed from the shed,
聖剣は輝くや
its sparkling blade is set
大
free.
河を解き放
Literally, this girl, the white girl. Look at those eyes, the emotions, dude. She is shocked how big it is. I think so.
混沌の園へ
And it sets off the quest for the Grand Garden of Chaos.
旅立つだろう
I don't know what he meant to that, but that's cool. Very cool with you. That's very cool, dude. I like it.
Sid notes that he tends to not look at people at hot springs so that they
Yeah.
all feel more comfortable while bathing.
Yeah,
Although he
true.
would appreciate
I think I agree with that. He doesn't intend to look anyone in the hot spring so that everyone will be cool with that.
if she stops ogling his Excalibur. The new acting Archbishop
Oh no, he just stopped on that part? Dude, that's lame, but that's okay. That's
Jack
okay.
Nelson cancels the audit with Alexia, explaining that she was there investigating the previous Archbishop, but he is now dead, and they will be
He's now
investigating
dead,
his death.
dude.
The goddess trial is starting, and Alexia is sitting next to Beth
sorry,
in her
I got it.
Natsum Kafta personality. Seeing her body, Alexia is annoyed.
Oh no.
How like Nasun is and guesses that such types like her are the most corrupt.
Why? Don't be jealous. You have your own good characteristics as well. You're cute. You're awesome. You have big boots as well. Not bigger than Beta, but still, it is. It is sexy still.
On the
It's
inside.
cool.
At the same time, Beta looks at Alexia and is annoyed by her as she used Sid and also thinks that Alexia is corrupt on the inside. The trial
The battle between the girls,
starts,
dude.
and the first contender is from Oriana Kingdom, Top Batharius. Two people from the audience sitting behind Sid explain that if a warrior is summoned, you can't leave the barrier around the arena until one of them is defeated. Top
Okay, but that's good that they are explaining what are the rules is.
challenges a warrior, but no one comes out. After him comes next tin line from Midgard Knight Order, but no warriors comes to face him too. Sid really wants to go with
So basically, if it is just a test, wherein, paano ba ipapaliwanag to? Kumbaga, pagpasok mo doon sa arena yon, kung ano yung pinakamalakas na pwedeng makipag-combat sa'yo, and lalabas yung some Asian something na tao na namatay na or something previous na basta malalaman mo yung power ng isang tao, yung ng candidate based on the thing that appears doon sa arena na kakalabanin niya. So the more powerful the candidate is, the more powerful na lalabas doon sa arena to fight with him, and then we will know kung gaano kalakas yung mismong candidate na yon.
Shadow and show his skills, making people wonder who he is. Next is Still Ain't Happen from Log.
The question is that Sid is being part of this session. Ano ba session ba to? Or ano ba to? I don't know, man. Yeah, ritual. The Sid is part of this ritual. And then once Sid step on this arena, the most powerful being might appear because how powerful Sid is. And Sid doesn't want everyone knows it. Sid doesn't want everyone knows it. So he needs to think about what he could do to at least, escape from this ritual. Because if everyone knows how powerful he is, then everyone will talk about it. The background character that he grind up from the start will vanish. He will be the main character in the eyes of everyone.
Vigilant Core. However, he and many more are unable to summon anyone. Sid is getting bored.
Yeah, the term is summon. Sorry. I'm not an English major. Sorry about that one.
Hopes the trial ends soon, as after all that only Anaros managed to summon an ancient warrior. In that moment, the announcer reveals the next challenger is from Midgard Academy for Dark Knights, Sid Kajanu.
Yeah.
Or, Sid states that name sounds like a background character.
He forgot that is his name. That is his
but then
name.
realizes it's his name. Sid wonders if he should come out, but if he do so, the ancient warriors are usually matching the strength of those that
Yeah, it matches the strength of the candidate itself. So that's unfortunate if he comes out. So he needs to devise a plan.
come out, and it may be revealed he is quite strong.
Yeah.
But if he refuses, if the academy hears that, he may get expelled. Sid decides to use option 3. He creates a light above the arena to distract the people, and then jumps in as Shadow. A
Shadow, let's go, baby.
person then appears after Shadow, shocking Jack as he
And he summoned the most powerful of all time, the Witch of
didn't
Calamity.
activate any summons. Beta recognizes the person as Aurora, the Witch of Calamity. However, there isn't much information
Yeah.
about her due to the chaos and destruction that
That's
came
how
after her.
that's how
Beta
powerful
asks
Shadow
Jack
is.
if
Oh
he
my goodness, that's how big the You know the Raymond? Oh my. What? That's easy. That's simple. This is the
tell her
Raymond.
more about Aurora and falling for her feminine side. Jack agrees, but states that Shadow is unfortunate to summon her as she is the most powerful witch in all of history. Alexia disagrees, stating that if Aurora came, then Shadow's powers must have reached her level. Shadow
Yeah,
and
true,
Aurora face each
100%.
other and smile in excitement. As they start fighting, they are both enjoying their battle. Initially, Shadow is just observing and dodging all of Aurora's attacks. He really but sees that Aurora can't use her full power and then defeats her with a single slash, noting that he wished he could have fought her at her full strength.
Yeah, true. True.
Shadow then leaves, shocking everyone that he won. The barrier then breaks and a magic door appears in the middle of
Let's
the arena.
go.
Sid feels he has done a good job and people will talk about Shadow and forget about Sid. A magical door then appears next to him. He moves away, but the door follows him. Realizing he won't be able to escape it, he decides to enter. Another door appeared in the middle of the arena. Nelson wonders if the sanctuary responded to Shadow and explains that the door appears to those who are worthy to pass through it. The door starts opening and Nelson gives orders to remove the citizens and that the trial is cancelled. He then tries to make Alexia and the rest leave, but Shadow Guardian appears led by Alpha. She asks
Alpha, let's
Alexia and
go.
Rose to not do anything until the door is closed, and then enters the door. Epsilon had defeated Nelson's guards and states he will be coming with them inside the gate. Nelson refuses and calls his guard Venom to kill Epsilon. He attempts to cut Epsilon, but the slash ends up
Dude, this is a great scene actually. Love the scene.
cutting her fake slime breasts. Not wanting to be exposed,
And the fake breast comes to get to her again.
Epsilon manages to reattach them.
You dead. Everyone
and
dead.
quickly
No one
defeats
sees it.
them. She then asks Nelson if he saw anything.
No one
Nelson
sees
states
that.
He didn't see anything.
No worries,
Epsilon
that's okay.
then grabs him and jumps into the door. Other Shadow Guardian members take Beta as hostage and get in the door as well. The door starts to close, but Alexia and Rose jump in as well. Alexia and
Everyone
Rose are
jump in. You jump in. Everyone jump in. Let's go.
transported to where Alpha is. Alexia states she tripped and fell into the door, but Alpha
No
doesn't
way.
care and tells her that it's fine. Alpha explains that this is where the hero Olivier cut the Diablo's left arm and they sealed it. They came to learn more about the cult, but know that Nelson won't talk. Alpha then shows her face, which is the same as Olivier. Nelson then realizes she was a possessed elf, but as she wasn't compatible, she should have been dead. Alpha states they know the truth behind Olivier and the possessed. They suspect that the cult goal isn't just reviving the demon and states they should proceed to see for themselves. Alpha then activates the big door and opens it. Sid enters a room where Aurora is and wonders if she summoned him. Aurora states she didn't, but notes they had a fun fight. She wonders how he got here, and Sid explains a door showed up and didn't stop following him. He wonders how they can leave, but Aurora states her memory is incomplete and doesn't have any memories of ever leaving. Sid then decides to head back from where he came, but Aurora stops him.
Dude, let's add it. Girls are in cage. Girls are in chains. Girls are being kidnapped. Let's go. Girls have been, what do you call this? I don't know what's the English about this. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Maybe combine all of those? I don't know.
And asks him what she is wearing and if he can help her. Sid notes it's straight
She is cool though. Witch of Calamity is cute and cool.
jacket. Sid then frees her and Aurora states since they have the same goal of leaving
That's cool. She is naked and then she can, can have dress like
this
that
place, they should
immediately.
work together. She explains she knows how to free herself and that the sanctuary
All of this, to be honest with you, the design of the clothes of Eminence of the Shadow is really cool. I love it. Really, really cool. And I think Sid Kagano is the one who designed it. I think.
the memory prison created from ancient battles. If
Because
they go
he
to
likes
its center
cool
and
stuff,
destroy its
right?
magical core, then
And
she
I
will
like
be
it.
free. She also notes
That's
that they
big.
can't use magic, and if they
The
try,
boots? Yeah,
the magic
true,
will
that's
be
big.
absorbed. Sid agrees and wonders what she will do once she is free, and Aurora states she will vanish into nothing. Alpha and the group
Okay.
explore the facility, and Alpha explains that this is the memories of the hero Olivier. Long ago, the cult gathered orphan children
Oh,
and used them
no.
for experiments. Most of the
Oh,
children ended
no.
up dying, and a small group of girls survived. Meanwhile, Sid and Aurora see a memory of young Aurora who is crying. Aurora states that to move forward, they need to end this memory. She slaps the young Aurora, telling
Let's go, baby! Slap the kid! Anime kid, I mean the anime kid, dude. Don't think about anything else. Slap the kid, anime kid.
her that crying won't change anything.
Yeah, stop crying, dude. Stop it. You're a kid. Bang! Slap it.
Soon the memory shatters. Alpha explains that Olivier was one of the compatible children and they implanted Diablo cells in her. Nelson states they didn't have a choice.
Okay.
They needed power to fight the demon. Alpha proceeds explaining that once Olivier
Dude. Dude, how gorgeous is it? Dude. Gorgeous, baby.
matured, she was given a mission to extract new cells from Diablos.
I wish I was there.
Olivier remained
We wish you also wish? Yeah, true. Same. We wish we are
that
there.
if she does her mission, it will lead to people living in peace. But no matter how many parts she cut, the demon still lived. The cult used powerful artifacts to immobilize the left arm and gain more Diablo cells. They were able
Diablo
to create red
cells.
pills, but its side effects were too strong and not what the cult wanted. They were able to make pills that will grant tremendous power in
Okay.
Angel's body. Alpha points to a man in the memory and to Nelson. Alexia and the rest realized it's the same man. again. Nelson reveals they call the drug beads of Diabolos. Alpha states it had 2 flaws, and one of them is the hair loss. Nelson then denies it, explaining that he lost his hair due to stress as he was surrounded by idiots who made him do all the work since he has a mortal body. Alpha then reveals the first flaw is that they need to take the beads once a year or the effect will disappear.
Okay, they will not be immortal anymore, I
The
think.
second flaw is that they can only produce small amounts, and Nelson reveals it's 12 per year. Alpha guesses that's why the Knights of Rounds contain only 12 members. They
Oh, I see. So all of the Knights of Rounds taking the Diabolos deal.
have not perfected the beads and believe the key to that is the demon's arm and the hero's descendants with Olivia's blood.
Oh, I totally forgot it, but yeah, thank you,
She
thank
asks
you.
Nelson, calling him the 11th of the rounds, if she is correct. Nelson confirms and states he is Nelson the Avaricious. He buffs himself, but in that
So is he the one of the 11 rounds? This dude, yeah, I think so.
moment, Delta stabs him from behind.
Delta, let's go, baby. Best girl, baby. She doesn't even doesn't need any magic at all. She is strong as hell.
Throws him down into the water.
She
Nelson
is
comes out of the
literally
water, breaking the
strong,
memory and
literally
separating
strong.
them into groups. As he faces Alpha and Delta, he multiplies himself. Delta easily cuts down Nelson's copies, but feels something is wrong. Nelson explains that the closer they are to the center of the sanctuary, the more of their power is drained.
Okay, cool.
Alpha adds that
Doesn't matter to Delta actually.
at the same time, the closer is
Delta
Nelson
the
to
goat!
center, he gains more power. Nelson was hoping to get even closer, but states this far is enough to be able to defeat them. Sid and Aurora
More
reach
chubby
another
boy.
memory, a battlefield with many casualties. They find
Okay.
young Aurora crying again, and Aurora takes Sid's sword, wanting to kill her to end the memory. However, the dead return to life and start attacking them. Aurora explains that the sanctuary is rejected.
During this time, when I'm watching this previously, when I'm watching this,
The dead return
I
to
am
life and start
I'm
attacking.
actually asking myself, why is Sid, closing one of his eye, and then eventually it explains why.
Aurora explains that the sanctuary is rejecting them. Sid wonders what will happen if Aurora dies, and she guesses she will return in the first room where they met. Epsilon's group find a sick person, but as it goes through Epsilon, the person disappears. Epsilon then explains that it probably was a memory that reacted to them and materialized. They find an archive with information about the possessed and realize this could have happened to them too if they didn't met Shadow. Ada
True,
had created
100%.
Polaroid cameras based on information from
Polaroid camera. That's how good Eminence, Shadow Garden is. They have already cameras.
Shadow, and they take pictures.
You know what? The evolution of technology in this world is skyrocketing so fast. I mean, it is really fast. It is because of Sid. It is because of Sid, the Shadow Garden itself.
Pictures of the information. Sid and Aurora are
In
easily
a few years, maybe there will be a cell phone. I think there is a cell phone already. I don't know. I totally forgot. Or maybe there is a internet,
defeating the zombies, but as more are coming, Sid goes and
Totally
kills the
forgot,
young
actually.
Aurora, ending the memory. The two then reach the center of the sanctuary. Meanwhile, even though she is losing power,
Let's go, baby! Best girl!
Delta is obliterating Nelson, who is shocked by her power. Aurora tells Sid that they need to destroy the magic core, which is on the other side of the door. Sid considers cutting the chains and the door, but feels the sword will break. Aurora notes there should be a key. There is a sword in front of the door, and Aurora explains it's written on it that it can cut the chain.
Sid actually can break everything here. Can break everything here if he has the right amount of magic. But he doesn't do. He doesn't did at this point
Looking at
because he's just a background character.
it, Sid is sure he won't be able to pull it out from the ground. As he attempts and can't pull it out, he confirms, stating it must be drawn out by the Chosen One. Aurora then sees a sign stating
He actually could break it. Totally break the floor itself. But he didn't.
that the Holy Sword can only be drawn by direct descendants. Aurora is surprised that Sid managed to decipher the magical inscription that
If you watch more fiction than everyone else, then I think you will know. You will 100% know. Even though you cannot read the things on the side of the sword, you will know the meaning of it. If you see like this, Excalibur, yeah, Excalibur. True.
fast. As there is no other way to open the door, the two then sit down. Watching Delta fight Nelson, Alexia wonders if she is really working with Shadow. She explains that Delta's fighting style is totally different than the sophisticated techniques
Yeah,
that he used.
it
As
is
Delta
brutal.
defeats another close of Nelson, the memory
Delta loses her clothes because of the loses some magic.
breaks, and Nelson is surprised she managed to defeat over 100 copies without even breaking a sweat. Alpha states that
Without
even if he
breaking
was
a
able to
sweat,
create
dude.
100 copies,
Without
they'd all
breaking a
still have
sweat,
one
take
brain,
note of
and he
that.
couldn't control them all that well. Nelson then sees a statue of Olivier and calls for Olivier to come. Olivier comes out, but at the same time Epsilon joins Alpha and states they are done with the investigation and can leave. Nelson is surprised that they are running away, but Alpha explains their objective is to cut off the source of power and now know how the sanctuary defenses work, so they will be returning again. As Alpha and the rest leave, Nelson starts wondering what to say to the rest and guesses he will explain that he lured them here to expose their identities and that with Alpha's blood they can perfect the beads.
Okay.
He then gets a notification that someone is in the sanctuary center. Sid
And that's
asks
Sid.
Aurora if she wants to disappear. Aurora explains that once the core is destroyed, she will be free and that this is a prison of memories that repeat into eternity.
They already played tic-tac-toe. Okay.
Sid tells her to wait a bit and soon things will work out. Sid expects the protagonist to show up.
Oh, let's go,
However,
baby.
Nelson appears and Sid wonders if it's one of those scenarios where the bad guy comes first and tries to stop the protagonist. Sid sees Olivier and that she has the same face as Alpha. Nelson then sends Olivier at them and Sid goes to face her, knowing that she is quite strong. Olivier attacks Sid, who blocks her attacks, but she sends him flying everywhere and ends up breaking his sword. Nelson wonders why is Sid smiling, and Sid realizes he indeed is smiling. Olivier attacks again and manages to injure Sid, who notes that a battle without conversation is tedious and that she doesn't have a heart and isn't answering any of his questions. Nelson doesn't understand what he is talking about and orders Olivier to finish him off. Aurora jumps in and asks him to stop. Even though she doesn't remember it well, she knows that no human can defeat Olivier.
No,
She
no,
tells
no.
Sid he
Everything
has
will
done
be
enough
alright,
and gave her
Aurora.
more
Don't
new
you
memories
worry.
that she could have asked. Nelson laughs
Aw,
at her,
that's
noting that
sweet.
without magic,
But
she
don't you
can't do
worry,
anything.
Aurora.
But if she
Everything will
agrees
be
to help
alright.
him, he will spare Sid.
Shadow is
Sid
here.
interrupts them, stating that he doesn't need help and they shouldn't
Yeah,
assume he
true.
will lose. Annoyed, Nelson orders Olivier to kill him and she jumps in and stabs him. Sid, who has been keeping his right eye closed for a while, opens it, stating he got
Yeah,
it. Olivier
baby.
stabs Sid, but he grabs her and bites her neck, ripping it and defeats
Yes,
her.
let's
Nelson
go,
wonders how
baby.
is Sid still alive after being stabbed, and Sid explains that if you protect your vital organs and arteries, it's easy to survive a stab. Nelson explains
True,
he is
true,
surprised to see
true.
Olivier getting defeated by a kid with no magic, but states she was just a copy. With the amount of magic
copy?
he has in the center of the sanctuary, he summons countless copies of
Dude,
Olivier. Several
it
attack
doesn't
Sid,
matter
but
to
he
see,
opens his
dude.
right eye and defeats them using his magic. Nelson is surprised he is able to use magic. Sid
Yes.
explains that he just tempered with the magic until it was too solid to be absorbed. It
Yeah.
took him some time, but it's something simple. Nelson can't believe
That
it's
is
possible
easy.
and
Easy
orders
to
the
him,
Olivier
dude.
copies
Easy to
kill
him.
Sid fights them, but as his wound continues to bleed, he notes the playtime is over. However,
Playtime
Sid
over.
is unaffected and finishes his spell. Aurora is surprised by the amount of magic that he has. The explosion obliterates all Olivier's, along with the chain door and everything else. Sid
Let's
wakes
go,
up with Aurora by
baby.
his side. She is surprised that he survived.
Even the sword? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. He obliterated everything. He doesn't need even to pull the sword itself.
Being stabbed in the heart.
Everything
and Sid
destroyed.
explains that he used magic to move his heart to the other side.
Oh,
Aurora
that's
starts
cool. That's very
dissipating and
convenient.
confesses that she was the one that called him that. She notes she lied for other things as well.
Yeah,
but
true.
Sid is fine with it. Aurora states that for a long time she wanted to fade away and forget everything, but now has a memory she doesn't want to forget and thanks Sid. Before completely disappearing, Aurora tells Sid
Aurora
what
is
to
a
do
mommy.
if he ever met
Yeah.
the real her.
A
Alexia
mommy that
feels
we
frustrated
deserve.
being weak and
We
unable to
deserve.
do anything. She wants to start an organization with Rose and
A
Beta
mommy.
and look up for
True.
information and
She's
decide
cute.
what to do. Beta states
She's
that
lovely.
they have no precise plan, but both Rose and Beta agree to form a team. Epsilon reports to Alpha that the sanctuary has been
And has been
obliterated,
broken
holy sword
immediately.
vaporized,
The
along
next
with the magic
episode.
core. Alpha notes that was the simplest and the most effective solution and congratulates Shadow. Epsilon
Nice.
also reveals that Beta is working with Alexia and may infiltrate her inner circle. Epsilon also confirms their theory that Aurora has another name, the Demon Diablos. A man tries
Demon
to convince Gamma
Diablos.
to buy a prime property in Madlid and open her shopping center there. Gamma isn't sure at first, but as one of her employees tells her that they found petroleum, Gamma decides to buy every property in that street and explains she wants to redevelop the city and make it the greatest city in Velgalta.
That's how powerful. That's how powerful Shadow Garden is. Dude, they control everything now in this city.
Alpha recalls an earlier time with Sid when they made their base of operation. She
Aww.
explains they need to start training the
Aw, that's cute. Very cute.
girls as they will be facing the cult and need to enhance their individual strength. Alexia explains to Iris
Oh,
that
shit,
the
that's
Archbishop
hot.
was part of the cult. To be
Oh,
able to
my.
keep the sanctuary a secret, they need some big
I don't know why, but they can talk this information to other places. But yeah, we like it. I will not complain. I love it. I love it.
organization, and Alexia wants to investigate the divine teaching. Iris had suggested the same thing to their father, but he told them to not do anything.
Don't do anything,
Iris
boys.
feels that if she wins the Bushin Festival again, she will have more backing and support of the
That's
people,
good.
and their father will have
Then
to
if
listen to
that
her.
is you
Alexia
win.
wonders if the cult or Shadow Garden won't get involved, but Iris is sure of her sword skills. Iris wonders why Alexia went into the sanctuary. Alexia then acts a bit dumb and excuses himself and leaves. Iris notes to herself that her Crimson Knights lost their strongest members and probably won't be able to rebuild
Oh,
them. The Night Order was
no.
supporting her, but she guesses they hate her as she took their strongest members
Oh,
and let them
no.
die. Rose is training. However,
Mhm.
she feels strange and demonic possession
Shit.
appears on her chest. The
Shit.
Bunchen Festival is starting and strong warriors all over the world start
Oh
gathering.
my,
Seeing
Mundane
them,
Man
Sid
is
wants to also
Mundane
enter the
Man is
tournament,
here
to
now.
act weak and all, but defeat its opponents and shocks everyone how strong he is. Sid visits Gamma and asks her to help him with a disguise and enter the Bunchen Festival. Gamma wonders why, but Sid states he can't tell her. Gamma uses a special slime.
You cannot see what I'm seeing. You cannot tell it. I cannot tell it to you right now. But everything will be in line on the right purpose.
Gel
It has
that
a
will help him
purpose.
conceal his face and shape it how they want. She shows him pictures of how he wants to look, and Sid notes he wants to look weak. Gamma then suggests Mundane Man. a
Mundane
lazy
Man,
dark
let's
knight
go,
with no
baby.
skill. He was disowned by his noble family and died 5 years ago in unremarkable and unremarked death. Sid agrees, and Gamma turns him into Mundane. Sid then
Mundane
changes
Man.
his posture to look like his new character. Anna Rose, who managed to summon an ancient
Another girl.
ancient warrior at the goddess trial, sees Sid in his mundane character. Looking at his cheap gear and sickly body, she states he is an amateur and warns him to not
Imagine wearing this kind of suit in the streets. Dude, people will think you're a cosplayer, dude.
participate in the Bunchen Festival. Sid tells her to not judge a book by its cover and that he
True.
doesn't need her help. He walks away
True.
smiling that his disguise works. He is
That's cool. You just want to say it.
immediately
That's
stopped
cool.
by Quentin, who tells him he needs to take her advice. Quentin explains he fought several times at Bunchen festivals, and each there are weaklings like Sid, so it's better if he just go home. Sid states that he is at least stronger than Quentin. That angers Quentin, who picks up Sid and punches him into an alley. Sid still states he is weak, angering more Quentin. Sid notes there are several moves he can do right now and defeat
Let's
Quentin,
go.
but he has no intention of fighting
Because he is a background character.
yet and leaves Quentin to beat him up. Anna Rose eventually stops Quentin. She apologizes to Sid.
He wants to look like a weak, and then when the time comes, everyone will be shocked about how strong he
And
is.
while she could have stopped the fight at any moment, she decided to let Quentin beat him up so that Sid quits and don't get injured more at the festival. Sid leaves, which surprises Anna Rose that he isn't hurt. She introduces herself and asks Sid about his name, and Sid reveals it's Mundane Man.
Mundane
Sid meets
Man.
with Skel Ito, who wants to
Mundane
make
Man
bets
is the
and win
greatest
some
of
money on
all
the tournament.
time.
He explains that the tournament will start with prelims and only the
Mundane Man
strongest
will beat
proceed to the
Goku.
main
Yes,
tournament.
true,
He also
100%.
tells him who are the favorites, as Sid wants to show his powers
Maybe.
only at the end. He wonders on how to defeat the stronger opponents without revealing his powers. As he leaves, he meets Rose, who
Oh,
explains
Gold
she
Digger's
got
girl.
friends with Alexia and Nassim Kafka. She also
Okay.
reveals that she is going to meet her father, and he will be introducing her to her fiance Perv Ashat. Rose explains that
Perv
she is a princess from
Ashat?
a land of art and culture, but she's
Dude.
disappointed and betrayed a lot of people when she decided to become a knight. When she was young, she
Perv
met Hero
Ashat.
and was inspired by him to pick up the sword. She still
Oh.
refuses to abandon her ideals, and that may cause her to betray more people. She asks Sid if he will keep believing in her, and Sid confirms it. Sid and Skel are watching fight. Skel explains that he is gathering data so that he can make better bets. He continues to explain how he can calculate the odds for better bets, but he will need some money to make the odds 100%. Sid ignores him. Goldo Kinmeki shows behind Skell, stating he finds that fascinating. Skell recognizes him and gets excited. Goldo explains he also tabulates data as it helps him win. Next match is Gonzalez Machomru versus Mundane
Dude, he
Man.
looks like,
Sid states
you know, in the
he needs to take
Fate
a dump and leave.
series.
Goldo decides to analyze the
Because
fight
of his
and
suit,
explains you can
because
get
of his battle
general
gear.
idea of the fighter's strength
Yeah.
before the fight. Gonzalez has a glint in his eyes and arrogant smile, which means he is a tough fighter with a lot of experience. His battle powers is 1364. On the other hand,
You know why
Mundane
that
Man
dude,
is
Yellow Man,
astoundingly inept, and
doesn't
Goldo wonders
even
how he
defeat
made
it?
to the
Because
third
he
round.
just
With his
fight
weak face, build,
weaklings
and
because
aura,
of their
his
battle power.
power is 33. Goldo
He can
expects
see battle
Gonzalez
power.
to win in less than a second. Skell is impressed with the analyze. A
Power
second
scaling
after the
is
fight starts,
literally
Gonzalez falls
dog
down.
shit.
People assume that Gonzalez tripped and fell.
I would
and
say.
Mundane is announced as winner, which
And I
disappoints
can
the crowd.
actually
Eros,
understand
however, saw how Mundane
why
landed two quick punches on the chin.
Eminence
Goldo
Shadow
acts like
presented this kind of scene just to, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know what's the purpose of this, but yeah, I think the purpose of this is just to say that power level doesn't really matter in anime, and it is very, 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 very nonsense if you think that there's a power level in particular shonen or anything power scaling or anything that you know what I mean. That's why during in Dragon Ball the power scaling has been eliminated after the Frieza saga. It has been eliminated, literally eliminated, because it doesn't really matters anymore. It is dog shit. It is literally nonsense at that point. And at this point in this particular scene, I think Eminence Shadow just mocking the power scaling. I think
and
that's what
Mundane
I'm
to
thinking
win. He
actually.
tells Skell that you can win by betting on those with higher battle power or find the weak ones and bet on their opponents. As Goldo leaves, Sid returns and Skell asks him to give all of his money so that he can bet on Goldo, but Sid refuses. Early in the morning, Skell knocks on
Not
Sid's
good
door
investment, dude.
and shows
That
him
is
the
not a good
newspaper
investment.
stating that Rose stabbed her fiancé Perv Ashat and ran
Oh
away.
no, first
Alexia and Beta look
Ashat.
at Rose's situation. The Oriana Kingdom wants to handle it themselves.
You know what? Is that literally Perv Ashat in Eminence of the Shadow? Yeah, it is Perv Ashat. Literally Perv Ash. Dude, this dude is. Anyways.
and asked Migger Kingdom to not get involved. Since Pervashat is a son of one of the Oriana Kingdom's dukes, if they arrest Oriana, she will be in serious trouble, but won't be given death penalty due to her royal status. Alexia wants to find Rose before Oriana Kingdom in order to hear her side of the story. However, Beta guesses that Rose may not have told them anything to avoid the possibility of trouble between the kingdom. Alexia understands that, which is why she's pissed as they are sworn allies. Beta will try gathering some more information, while Alexia decides to ask her sister for advice. After Alexia leaves, Beta guesses she may give her more info on Pervashat, which will keep her occupied and not do something to get in trouble. Beta is informed that Rose made it through the sewers and is into the underground ruins
she is
now.
in the
Sid wonders
sewers.
on what to do, but decides to continue his role as Eminence in Shadow. Between the tournament fights, he encounters Beatrix, who smells the scent of Elf on Sid and wonders if he knows Elf. Sid confirms and Beatrix
She's fine,
explains she's
literally
looking for the daughter
fine.
of her
Beatrix
sister
is
and wonders
cool.
if Sid had seen someone that looks like her.
Beatrix is, I
immediately
think,
reminded of
the
Alpha, but denies it. Beatrix then draws her sword to cut Sid's head. Sid realizes that she intends
best
to stop before doing
swordswoman
it
of
and
all
acts as a
time here in
background
this
character,
world.
shocked of what just happened. Beatrix then apologizes, stating thought he was stronger, but it seems she is mistaken. Quentin sees Anaros and
Well,
guesses
background
she's here to
character
observe
do,
Mundane Man, just
as
like yesterday.
always.
He asks her what she
That's
thinks
what
of
a
his fight
background
with
character
Anaros, since
do.
his opponent supposedly tripped and lost. Quentin agrees, but is sure that Mundane did something. He couldn't see it, but know that Anaros can explain it. Anaros explains she couldn't see it all, and
She
didn't
couldn't
expect to see
see it
someone
all.
faster than her eyes can follow. But she
Oh,
did see his right hand
no.
moving. However, what followed was too fast for her to follow. Quentin then guesses he is wrong that he used some artifact and Mundane mundane.
No,
He
no,
break the
no,
rules.
no.
Anaros
You do
can't
not
disprove
know.
that, but the two
No,
are
no,
sure in
no,
this
no,
fight that
no.
Goldo Kameki should reveal it.
They do
Anaros
not
states
know
that
what
Goldo had
happened.
never lost. She had to fight him 3
Because
times,
he
but
is
Goldo
fighting
simply don't fight anyone who could
weaklings.
possibly beat him and just forfeits. He got his nickname the
Yeah,
Unbeaten, but he hates
he
it
just
and uses
forfeit
the ever
when you
victorious.
fight with
As the match
stronger
between
people.
Goldo and Mundane is about to begin, Quentin realizes that Anaros means that either Goldo couldn't see Mundane's true strength or Mundane is cheating. The match starts
No.
and Goldo rushes at Mundane. He
Mundane,
swings his
you
sword,
cannot
but
see
cracks
Mundane
his
what
neck and
do.
dodges it. Goldo then feels how Mundane draws his sword and cuts him, but Mundane slowly draws it and waits. Quentin is surprised
No
he managed to
way,
dodge it,
dude.
but he couldn't see what happened. Anaros explains that Mundane cracked his neck and avoided the attack. Quentin can't believe such a coincidence can happen, but Anaros wonders if it's
Oh,
not
that's
coincidence.
cute.
She barely could even see it, which isn't something a normal human should be able to do.
Okay,
Goldo
cool.
tells Mundane that he doesn't like him. He had 1 in a million chance to beat him, but he didn't use it. Angry for humiliating him,
Oh,
Goldo
no,
decides
he
to get
is
serious and creates a golden
angry.
dragon from his magical
He
power.
is
He rushes at
angry.
Mundane, but Mundane sneezes and blows away the dragon and Goldo, which
Dude, he just sneezed. He just sneezed. Dude, how powerful is Mundane Man is? Can he beat Goku though? Dude, he just sneezed. What about Saitama?
ends up defeating him. Anaros notes that Goldo is stronger than she expected, and if he fought more often with stronger knights, he would have become quite a good one. Quentin wonders what did Mundane do, and Anaros explains
He
that
just
if she
sneezed.
saw right, he sneezed. The moment he did it,
sneezed.
his sword also swung down and Goldo crashed into it. Quentin finds that unrealistic and leaves, stating that if Mundane keeps winning, he will eventually face him and show him what he is made of. Anaros wonders if she can move like Mundane and starts cracking her neck and sneezing. Iris gives Perv Ashat the
That's
security
funny. That is literally funny. It just no.
Festival,
What can
but he
I
doesn't
say?
feel
What
it
can I
needs more
say,
security.
dude?
Iris
It's
states he
funny.
looks good and Perv agrees, saying that the news story exaggerated and guesses that Migger worries that easily because of Alexia's kidnapping. He heard that Iris personally went looking for her and he intends to follow
Okay.
the same and to have Oriana solve their family problems themselves.
Okay.
Mundane easily defeats Quentin. People are surprised on what is going on.
He just skip it. They just skip it. They know what will happen, you know. Dude, they just skip.
And can't figure out how Mundane keeps
Doesn't
winning,
matter.
even if
You're
it's
not
safe
a
to
main
bet Mundane or not.
character, that's
Mundane
okay.
proceeds into the main tournament, where he will be facing Anaros. Back in the tunnel, Anaros faces Mundane and tells him she misjudged his strength. But she had
Okay.
seen all of his moves, and he must not assume he can win the same ways against her. Mundane smiles and removes one of his armor plates, which makes a hole.
Oh no, this is Rock Lee style. Dude, you remember Rock Lee fighting Gaara?
The
Dude.
ground as it falls due to its weight. Mundane explains that the weights are holding him back, but now playtime is over. Anaros
Playtime
tells him
is
to not assume
over.
he won already and shows him that not only he can crack his neck. Mundane moves past for
What is she doing? Oh no! She can now crack her head. Now she can fight toe to toe with Mundane Man. Dude, what a joke.
wondering
What
what
a
she was
joke.
trying to do. Sid imagines on what he will do in the arena and how to reveal he is much more powerful. Skell comes
Yeah.
knocking on his door, stating he has a plan on how to get rich fast. He shows that Rose has a reward for turning her in or giving information about her location, and tries to convince Sid to work with him and find her so that he can get rich. Sid sees that his sister is visiting and decides to avoid her. He accepts Skell's proposal and uses the window to leave. While walking around town, Sid hears someone playing a piano and thinks it's someone good. He recalls how in his previous life he was forced to learn to play piano. He would have rather trained for his plan to become Eminence in Shadow, but in time he found out that piano is quite cool. However, as he
Yeah, true. It is really cool though. I want to learn it someday.
recognizes
someday.
the music, he wonders if it should exist in this world and decides to see who it was playing the piano. Since it
Dude, if one of your Eminence of the Shadow, example, Beta become a writer, and the Gamma become a entrepreneur, and uses all the knowledge that they receive from you and their advantage and make it profit on it. Dude, imagine someone also from your group in the Eminence of Shadow is doing this.
It may be another reincarnated person.
No,
Sid is surprised to
dude,
see
it
it's
is
Epsilon,
not.
who, like Gammon, is using what he told her to
Epsilon,
become
dude.
famous.
The
After her
best girl,
performance,
dude.
Sid
One of the
asks
best
if
girl,
that was the
Epsilon.
Moonlight Sonata, and Epsilon confirms, saying from all the pieces he taught her, this one is her favorite. Epsilon reveals that received rewards for her music composition and had gained connection with influential people. Sid realizes that she plagiarized all the music he showed her. He asks her if she knows where is Rose hiding. Epsilon states that Beta is working on that case, but she heard she is hiding in the tunnels under the royal capital. Sid thanks her and leaves, but on his way, he notices the piano and smile. Beta shares
Let's
some
go,
information
baby. The piano. He grabs the piano and uses it.
with
Dude.
Alexia on the suspicion that Perv Ashat is working with a cult. They head
No
down
way,
the
Perv.
tunnels under the royal
Again,
capital.
Perv
Beta notes
Ashat.
it will be
So
hard
is
to provide
that?
evidence for Perv involvement.
Totally
with the cult.
forgot
Iris
that
had told
dude.
Alexia that the king of Oriana didn't seem affected by Rose's actions. Alexia is also sure that if they continue to do nothing like her father suggests, the cult will eventually cause lots of problems for the kingdom. Alexia explains that they are heading to the underground passages as there is a chance that Rose had used them to escape. Beta notes that it's a maze down there and wonders how they can leave, but Alexia states they will just return the way they came. Rose recalls how she met her father and Perv the other day. When she saw her father, the king, she knew something was wrong with him.
It
and
was-
then
he
saw
was
Perv and the
drugged
guards
as
cutting
hell.
smiles.
He
She drew
was
her sword
drugged.
and attacked Perv, but the guards then yelled that she went
Oh,
mad
that's
and called for
Perv,
some
I
guards.
see.
Rose
I
believes
totally
she made a
forgot
rational
him.
decision, but later realizes it wasn't. Even if she managed to kill Perv, he is just one of the cult, whose roots have already too deep within the Oriana kingdom. Perv told her to turn herself in before the Bushin festival, or he will have her father kill one of his guests. Rose now wonders if it's best to turn herself in, as that way it may avoid a war. She recalls her time with Sid, but as her possession gets worse, she
Oh, that's the McDonald's wrapper, right? Yeah. Just take notes. If you are in doubt, Sid comes in,
feels
as
that marrying
always.
Sid and living with him would
that's
have been a
hot.
dream anyway. Rose hears the Moonlight Sonata and starts following the music. Eventually, she finds Shadow, who is playing on the piano. As he finishes,
Oh,
Rose explains she has
yes.
heard the Moonlight Sonata
Oh,
many times,
yes.
but without a doubt, this was the best performance she
Yes,
heard.
it
Shadow
is.
asks her what she hoped to accomplish, and Rose states she wanted to protect them, but couldn't do anything. Shadow wonders if this is her end and if she intends to put the sword down. He notes that if she has desire, he will give her power. Rose accepts, as there are things she wants to do and protect. Shadow gives her power and heals her possession. He tells her that true strength lies not in one's power, but in one's way of being. After Shadow leaves, some members of the cult show up, and Rose
Dude. Sid or Shadow just brought out that big piano in the sewer. Just for this scene. Just for this scene. It is just 5 minutes, dude. It is for the coolness of the scene. Oh, yes, dude. That's how committed Sid or Shadow is. He is very committed.
defeats
I like it.
Feeling the burst of magic, Alexia and
That's
Beta
why I
run
like
towards it
him.
and find Rose.
I like
Rose
this.
states she obtained power and will follow the path.
That's how Chad he is. Truly Chad it is. No one, a protagonist will do that. Yes, they will not do that. It is very nonsense. First, it is it's very nonsense, totally nonsense. That's the main reason. It doesn't even have to have that particular scene. It doesn't have to have a piano or anything else. He could just go to Goldilocks girl and then tell what he needs to tell. But the scene is very cool though. That's very cool though. So is the piano returned? No, actually no.
She believes in.
No.
Alexia has questions, but Rose
Maybe
refuses to
yes.
say
I don't know,
anything,
man.
not wanting to drag Alexia into this. As Rose keeps refusing to say anything, Alexia draws her sword, stating she will make her talk this way. The two start fighting, but Rose defeats Alexia. Rose leaves Alexia to Beta, who states that she won't
Goldilocks
stop
girl
Rose. She
is
notes that
much-
they are all different, but may have same
much
ideals, and an
stronger
alliance may not
now.
have been such a bad idea. In the evening, Sid returns home. However,
What I really like about Beta is because of her mole under her eyes. It is very sexy, dude. Very, very, very attractive.
surprised to see his sister still waiting for him. Claire
Oh,
chokes
no.
Sid, explaining that she was
Everyone wants to be choked by a girl, dude. No way, dude. No way.
getting more and more angry each second she was waiting for him. She was also
She's
angry that
gone?
he keeps
Yeah,
breaking his
true.
promises, but hands him a ticket to the Bushin festival, telling him be there and watch her as she is replacing Princess Rose. Sid goes to the Bushin
Okay.
festival and finds out that the ticket his sister gave him isn't an ordinary reserved seat ticket, but a hyper VIP seating. Going to his seat, he sees Iris Midgar and assumes he got it wrong. Iris realizes he is Claire's brother and tells him he is in the correct seat, while also explaining she plans taking Claire to her personal order when she graduates. Iris
Okay,
also
cool.
apologizes to Sid for the Xenon Griffey incident. That draws people's attention, which worries Sid as it's not
True,
normal for a
he doesn't
background
want this
character
kind
like
of
him. Some
attention.
students ask Iris if some competitor caught her eye, and Iris explains it's Anaros, but Iris herself still intends to win the tournament. Sid wonders if there is someone else who caught her eye, suggesting Mundane Man.
He literally suggests that so that they will know what are the thoughts, and then if you know, just asking for surveys so that he can give more impact in the battle when he defeated you know, this red-haired girl, you know what I mean.
But the two students explain that he is just fast and lucky, with no skill. Sid gets excited that he cultivated
Yes,
Mundane's
let's go,
reputation to
baby.
perfection. Iris
That's
explains
what
that there is
Sid
one more person who got her
want
eye,
to know.
an elf who was also the first Bushin Festival champion, although she won't be competing. The two students realize Iris is talking about Beatrix, but note that she haven't showed her face in public in over a decade. Sid recalls
Over
Beatrix,
a
and that he knew
decade?
she was strong, but didn't know she was famous. Sid then excuses himself and leaves. He feels the presence of someone strong, but is unable to reveal he knows it as he is currently a background character. Beatrix
Yes, true.
shows after him, and Sid acts surprised. Beatrix wonders if he was
He acts
ignoring her, but
surprised
Sid
because
denies
he's a
it. She asks him
background
if he ran
character.
into an elf that looks like her, but Sid denies it. Beatrix hopes she can find the one she's looking for, as there are a lot of people coming to the festival. Beatrix has brought too many burgers and gives one to Sid. To return the favor, Sid gives one of his burgers to her. Pervashat takes Sid's seat and explains that his king will be attending the festival tomorrow. He wonders about Iris' father, Klaus Midgar, and Iris explains that he will be also watching from tomorrow. Perv then sees Anaros coming out in the arena. He heard that she is in the middle of a training pilgrimage and would love to invite her to work for his kingdom. Iris also states that a fencer of her caliber would be in use for her kingdom as well. Perv asks her what she thinks of Anaros' opponent, Mundane Man. Iris states she
Mundane
sees him for
Man,
the first
Mundane
time, but
Man,
he doesn't
Mundane
look very
Man.
strong. However, she isn't sure
Let's
if
go.
Anaros' win as Mundane is a little unnerving, and there is no uncertainty in his eyes, which isn't typical for a weak fighter.
Yeah,
The fight
true.
between Mundane Man and Anaros start.
The great about red-haired girl is that he sees that Mundane Man is not a simple person. He's not a simple warrior. With those eyes, she has a keen eyes. He has very good eyes in checking how good a warrior is.
Anaros immediately closes the distance and starts attacking, but Mundane parries or dodges her attacks. She sees a chance to defeat him and slashes him, but Mundane appears behind her and tells her that was just an after image. Mundane
Oh no, he
then quickly
finished.
overpowers
He
her, and Anaros
finished.
realizes that her only choice is to try and counterattack when he attacks. She waits for him to attack and attempts to counterattack, but Mundane dodges, which makes her realize he was still matching his attack to her and not the opposite. Mundane then slashes and defeats Anaros. Perv states that Iris was right. Iris is surprised that someone as strong as Mundane was unnoticed for that long. Perv states the next round would be Iris versus Mundane and wonders if she is confident that she
Red-haired
can beat
girl
him.
versus
Iris states she
Mundane.
can't match his beauty of swordplay, but it's not beauty that determines the winner. If this is all Mundane can do, then he won't be a match for her. However, there's a good chance that he is hiding something, which is why he disguised his stance and technique through the tournament. After leaving,
That's
Perv
cool
tells his man to
analyzation.
investigate
Very
Mundane,
cool
noting it could
analyzation.
be a problem if he is
That proof that red-haired girl is a good, really good warrior. She knows who are the strongest.
by the lawless city. His man wonders if he is part of Shadow Garden, but Perv dismisses it because he is a man and also doubts that Shadow Garden have a reason to make a scene at the Bushin Festival. Elsewhere, Anaros tells Mundane that she was completely
That's cool. That's you know what can I say? I will not debate about this. She is hot. Yeah.
defeated and explains that she left her country to become stronger
Okay,
and thanks him
cool.
for the lesson. She wonders how he became that strong, and Mundane states he abandoned everything in pursuit of strength. Sid had accomplished
Well, but that's cool. That's cool to say though.
70% of his
Yeah.
plan at the Bushin Festival. He then wonders on how to finish it, and after defeating Iris to just disappear, stating his work is done. Or he wonders if he should get the evil route and act like an assassin from a shadowy organization.
Yeah,
he returns home
true.
and finds Claire waiting for him again and wondering if he had fun watching her match.
Oh,
Sid then
no.
guesses he is dead. Iris is practicing and recalls her path from being a young kid who won her fight battle to who is she now. She is determined to get results and prove that she has power to stand up against the divine teaching. Sid starts to like the VIP seating as the maids get him anything he wants free of charge. Iris sits next to him, guessing he is there to cheer for his sister. She notes that he is drinking coffee and states she likes the smell, but doesn't like bitter flavor. Sid explains that if you put tons of milk and sugar, every kind of coffee will taste the
That's true though. That's true. Actually, I usually do it.
same. Iris decides to try it and finds it the milk coffee delicious. Moments
Yeah.
later, Iris hears the guards stopping a woman with a sword and wants she to give it to them. Iris then sees it's Beatrix and explains she invited her. Realizing who Beatrix is, everyone get excited and gather around her. Beatrix uses the chance and asks them if they have seen
Let's go! Beatrix is now the center of the attraction of
her
everyone. Let's
niece, but no
go!
one has seen her. They
Don't see it, can go out right now because
also ask her if
Beatrix.
some competitor caught her eye, and Beatrix states it's Sid. People are surprised.
The funny thing is that Beatrix is the center of everything, and then Sid is in the center as well. You know, everyone is looking at Beatrix, and Sid is just, you know, a barrier between them. And I truly understand why Sid needs to go up and, you know, out with this kind of circle. I usually do that. I usually just go out and then, you know, have my own myself
Sid
instead
isn't
of
really that
having in this particular circle, because, you know,
good and his sister is much better, and some start to question if Beatrix is really that good. Pervashat drugs King Oriana again.
Drug
but is annoyed how
again!
the
Let's
drug makes his
go!
odor sweet and tells his men to cover it with a perfume. Perv
Just
is sure
kidding,
that
just
Rose
kidding.
will come to save her father and notes that since she showed signs of possession, she will also become prime material for the cult's experimentation. If Rose doesn't show up, Perv intends to use King Oriana to kill King Midgar. That will result in a war between the kingdoms and the destruction of Oriana Kingdom.
Okay.
Perv will lose his status, but he doesn't really care. Perv plans to make the new king of Midgar his puppet and guesses the best time to move is during Iris' match. However, he is worried about Mundane Man as he couldn't find anything about him and worries that he could be quite dangerous. Perv
He
is also
is,
worried
actually.
what Shadow Garden may
He
do
should be.
and that they may be working with Rose. He goes into the VIP seating, and as he passes by Beatrix, she states that he and the king stink. Perv gets angry and
Oh,
orders to take her
no.
you. Iris stops him
Oh,
and explains she
no.
is her guest and it's Beatrix, the war goddess. Perv then realizes who she is and that she may have awakened the hero's blood. Beatrix apologizes and Perv does the same. He takes his seat and starts to worry about Beatrix, guessing he need to eliminate her as well. He also wonders if he will be able to assassinate the king of Midgar, but states it will all go normal if Rose shows up. Claire wins her fight and the Iris heads out for a match against Mundane Man. As their fights start, Iris feels that she loses her head.
Dude, this is cool. Dude, Mundane Man doesn't even need to you know, to do something here. The presence of Mundane Man is really cool. The presence of his is really, it gives a presence of danger. It gives a presence of danger. That's what I can say.
Head and jumps backwards in fear. She is surprised at what
Mundane Man just slightly do something, you know, slightly just do something, and then she already knows what will happen. She already knows what will
did and
happen.
gathers herself and stands up. In that moment, she feels she is losing her leg and realizes that the
Oh no! When she put her leg like that, and she realized, oh no, that's the bad move. I will lose my leg.
entire arena is in Mundane's striking range. Meanwhile, Rose gets close to the VIP seating.
Let's
She
go,
sees dead cult
Goldilocks!
members. Beta and other Shadow
Goldilocks!
Garden appear behind her and tells her that she can proceed and fulfill her mission. Iris keeps feeling that she is losing limbs from Mundane's attacks. She realizes she feels that due to his look in his eyes, and each time he slightly shifts his gravity center, which means
Yeah, he shifts his gravity center, and then something happens.
it's done by his strength and not by an artifact. The crowd
Yeah.
start to get disappointed at Iris as she
Because what the crowd sees here is just they are staring to each other, and then Iris just, you know, red-haired girl just moving backwards. There is nothing happening. And you know, the thing here is that when you are in the battlefield, it is a mental you know, mental something, what do you call this? Mental battle as well.
She keeps backing up and feel that she is scared. Iris gets angry and attacks. Mundane then pushes her sword away and grabs her by the throat and takes her down. Placing his sword at her neck, he wonders what is wrong as they are just starting. Perv can't believe that Iris lost without being able to make a single move. Seeing Mundane, Beatrix states she wants to fight him. Rose then shows up and apologizes to her father, stating she made mistakes and will likely
Goldilocks,
make
let's
one more,
go!
but she decided to follow the path she believed in. King Oriana then forgives all of her sin. Perv is surprised as he didn't instruct him of saying that. Rose cries and jumps at Perv, who then uses the king as a
Oh,
shield.
no.
However, Rose proceeds and stabs him.
Oh,
In his last
no.
moments, the king tells Rose that
Oh,
he loves
no.
her. Perv is shocked at how easily she
Oh,
killed her father and
no.
gets angry. He then sees Rose holding
Oh,
a blade against her
no.
neck and orders his
What she plans here is after she killed the king, then she will kill herself, which is which is dumb, but yeah.
To stop her. Mundane then comes from the window.
Let's
asking
go,
if that's the choice
Mundane,
Rose made
man!
While cutting down Perv's men. Mundane then states it's time to reveal himself and turns to Shadow. Rose calls him stylish bandit slayer. Seeing him fight, she was reminded of her past when Sid had saved her from some bandits.
Oh no. It is cage, chain, what else do you want? Okay, kidnap, what else do you want? All of the girls here almost done that. Almost done that. Every situation, dude. Every situation. What can I say? What can I say? I am not surprised why there are so many R34, you know, for these girls.
Since that day when she saw his fencing, she decided to become fencer herself. When Sid had killed all the bandits who kidnapped Rose, she asked him who he was. As Sid was still training back then, he is just a stylish bandit slayer. Rose
Stylish bandit
to learn
slayer.
that Shadow was stylish bandit slayer, and even at that young age, he wasn't afraid and fought against evil. Shadow tells her that her fight isn't over. Rose then stands up and leaves. Perv wants to stop her, but all of his men are already defeated by other Shadow Garden members. Beatrix then
Let's
states
go,
she will do
baby.
it and jumps at Shadow.
This
As
is
they
the
clash
fight
swords, Perv uses
that
the
we
chance
want to
escape.
see.
Shadow is fighting Beatrix, however. He starts
Beatrice
getting
is
behind
one
her
of the
easy,
top
while she barely manages to notice him in time and
swordsmen
block his
of all
attacks.
time
Iris
here in
shows
this
up and
world.
states she wants to join the fight. She draws a blade, and Shadow realizes it's a mithril blade with ancient runes, surprising him
Okay.
that she intends to use an artifact. Iris gets annoyed and turns the blade into a large fire sword and swings at Shadow. Shadow easily dodges and states that it has good
It is
visuals
fancy,
and is
though.
more fit for a festival spectacular.
True,
Beatrix
true.
then
It
attacks
is
him, and
very
Shadow continues her
fancy. It
fight
is
with
just
her.
fancy.
Iris joins
It has
Beatrix
power,
to fight Shadow.
but
Shadow
it
then
is
takes
not
two crowbars
enough.
and blocks both
You need
Iris and
speed
Beatrix
with
attacks,
that.
noting that crowbars indeed have potential.
Dude,
as they
we
keep on
are
fighting.
back to the first episode. Crowbar to crowbar, dude. Crowbar to crowbar, which is
Emma
very
top of
cool.
train, where Shadow tells them to be careful to not fall. Meanwhile, Rose had escaped the stadium.
Shadow
and
just
wonders on
use
what to do
some,
next.
you know,
Alpha shows up
simple
and tells her that
things
she has two choices
and make
to
it
continue
great.
fighting alone or to fight alongside
Simple
Shadow Guard.
tactics,
Rose
simple
asks
techniques,
Alpha if
and
they
make
intend
it
to save
great
Oriana
himself.
Kingdom, but Alpha explains won't be doing anything as sister as she is
Yeah.
right now, and if she wishes to save her kingdom, she must show her worth. Thinking for
True.
a moment, Rose decides to join Shadow Garden. While
Let's
they fight,
go.
Beatrix wonders if she and Shadow have met
This
before.
is
Shadow
cool,
states he
though.
remembers powerful opponents, but wonders if they are strong enough for him to remember them. He jumps into the river, and using magic, he controls the water and shoots.
That's how that particular magic. I think that is similar
If they are
with
strong enough for him to remember
Witch of
them. He jumps
Calamity
into the river, and
magic.
using magic, he controls the water and shoots at it, but notices that magic doesn't flow that good in ordinary water. He kicks Iris
Yeah.
into the river, but as
Oh my goodness, that's hard.
Beatrix attacks him, she
You know, you see how fast they are. The citizens itself doesn't even know that they are
flow that good in
fighting.
ordinary
You
water.
see
He
this?
kicks Iris into the
You see
river,
this?
but as Beatrix attacks,
Yeah, the citizen itself doesn't even know they are fighting. That's how fast they are.
him. She manages to break his crowbar. As
Okay,
they keep
cool.
fighting, they reach a tower where Shadow gets behind Beatrix, but she blocks it easily, noting that she got
The fight himself happened, and everyone just doing some normal stuff. They didn't even notice that there's something is happening in the background.
used to his attack. Shadow congratulates her, stating that in sword skill, they are almost equal. However, her use of magic isn't as good. Iris then comes attacking, but Shadow blocks her attack with his fist, stating that
Okay,
he can't
cool.
be defeated with borrowed power. Iris tells
True.
Beatrix
That's
that
the
she will
principle of
immobilize him,
Shadow,
even
which
if
is
it
really
costs her
I
her
like
life,
it.
and then Beatrix can take him down. Iris attacks Shadow. As she swings her sword, she lets it go and attempts to grab Shadow.
That's trick.
However, Shadow kicks her in the
Yeah.
chin. Beatrix finishes charging her attack and attacks in that
Yeah.
moment. She knocks Shadow's sword, but he dodges her attack and then grabs and slams her over Iris, and then
Oh my goodness, he slammed it from WWE. Parang galing sa
she
WWE,
knocks
dude.
Shadow's sword, but he dodges
Shit,
her attack
that's
and then grabs
cool.
and slams her over Iris.
Dude, he grabs her
and then
and then
both of
stomp
them.
it.
Shadow attempts to
Benga.
leave, but the
Shit,
girls manage
that's
to
cool.
stand up, and Iris tells
That's
him that by
lovely.
now every night in the city should have been mobilized. He has turned the whole kingdom into his enemy, and there isn't a place he can run to. Shadow starts laughing maniacally and then states he isn't running as there is no reason to. He activates his
Yes.
power, covering most of the city, and states that the place
He doesn't even need to do this, but yeah, it is just presenting how powerful he is. How powerful he is. He doesn't do the I am atomic just to blast them off. He doesn't need to do that, but he just want to represent how powerful he is. He doesn't need to, to run. He doesn't need to run. That's how much powerful he is. Because of how powerful he is, he doesn't even need to run, just to give them a perception that, why do I run? I am the most powerful in this world. Why do I need to run to you? Dude, why are you blackmailing me? You should be in danger. You should be in danger. That's what Sid is telling to them. They are in danger of him because Sid is so powerful that no one can stop him.
Playtime is over. Seeing his power, the girls are left stunned. Shadow starts casting his eye and atomic attack, but stops before the enemy leaves. Seeing that Iris drops
this is just a joke to him.
on her knees and cries. Sherry read on the newspaper that the demon Shadow was chased away by Iris and Beatrix. Rose is still missing after she killed her father. Beatrix leaves the city, disappointed she couldn't find the one she was looking for.
Oh,
she tells
no.
Iris to not take her defeat too seriously.
She is actually looking for Alpha.
As Midgar Kingdom is looking for Shadow, Beta guesses that was Shadow's plan to keep them occupied with himself and not get involved with the things happening in Oriana Kingdom. Since Shadow is actively involving himself, they decide to hurry up and tie up the loose ends
go,
and send
baby.
more personal to investigate the Lawless City
Okay,
and
cool.
keep a close eye on the
Lawless
major
City?
corporate alliance. With
We
the
are
new
going to
school
the
term having
Lawless
started,
City
Sid
right
wonders
now.
where his Skell. Poe explains he took a long-term job. Poe regrets that he was outside the city when the demon Shadow appeared. Shadow covered the
Demon
capital in magic, which must have frightened a lot of girls who would then have needed reassurance. Rose and Alpha reach the Kajinu domain. Alpha then explains they are heading past the mountain and deeper into the woods. Rose is surprised as magical beasts infest the region. Alpha explains that when Shadow visited the mountains, he battled the Mist Dragon. The dragon lost and dubbed Shadow ruler of this realm and bathed him in dragon's breath. When they reached
So they already defeated the dragon in this part of this forest.
their destination in the forest,
I
Alpha
see.
explains that this is the ancient city Alexandria, Shadow Garden's base of operation.
Look at the statue. Look at the statue. That is Shadow's statue. I don't know if Shadow already visited this place. I don't know, man. I hope she visited this.
Alpha takes Rose to Lambda and explains that Rose is a new recruit and tells Lambda to train her. Lambda calls 664 and 665 and tells them that she's putting the new recruit in their squad, naming Rose as number 666.
Dude, 100 girlfriend? Pweh, that is easy, dude. Shadow has 666 girls on himself, dude. And he doesn't even know it.
Lambda then cuts Rose's clothes, telling her that she is now nobody and is casting away her name,
Cast away everything for the strength.
clothes, and everything to become a pure, unadulterated soldier. Thank you for
Yeah,
watching.
true.
Be sure to subscribe to the channel.
Let's
and
go,
press the
baby. That's a very good summarization of Eminence of the Shadow Season 1. Do you like it? Do you hate it? What are your thoughts about this season? I really like it. I love it, actually. Let me just see in the comments. But the video was dubbed, but about some, I don't know, man. Can we just take a minute to appreciate this recap? It's 1 hour long. Really, dude. And I am in love with this recap. I love this recap. And I'm happy that I watched it and have, have a literally recap about the season 1, and then now I will be watching the season 2 after this. No one can really beat Truck-kun. True, 100%. He is a menace. The fact that the temptation was in front of him but ignored it and highly respectful. True, the temptation of Alpha getting on top of him is on there actually. You left out the most important. Rose 666 get her clothes ripped apart. She sees the wrap of the burger gave her, but just before she attacked us. That cover, she must have looked 5 to 10 times. It is extremely important to her. She reached her hand to grab her up, but Landon lashes her sword one more time and completely obliterates it. Rose sees that not only her entire life is gone, but also one of the memory of the man she loves. Oh, that's cruel. That is, oh my, that is sad. And that is the very last image of the first season. Rose crying, realizing she has lost what was most precious to her, and that is Sid. He wanted an NPC life plan, but it backfired him. Lol, yes, Lamau, that is. You think I can be bribed? Yes. Well, you are perfectly right. Dude, that's very cool. I really love Eminence of the Shadow, and hopefully you also love this video. If you like it, please leave a like. If you love it, please leave a like. If you hate it, please leave a like. And subscribe. Please subscribe so that I can do more and have kind of this series. Anyway, any animated related videos. Oh my goodness, what is that, dude? Any animated related videos, let me know in the comments below. Please subscribe for more so that I can give you any anime related videos. And then the most important is please check out my channels, my Twitch, my Twitter, my other channels as well for more content as well. And then the most important is please keep smiling. Please, please, please. Whatever happens in your life right now or whatever happens in your situation right now, everything will be alright. I guarantee you, everything will be alright. Just keep smiling. It is better for you. You are better to look when you are smiling. That's what I want to say. Anyway, look at these 2 videos, dude. I know you want to click it. Please try to check it out. Maybe you want it. You might be liking it. You will never know, actually. You will never know if you like it or not. Please click these 2 videos. Thank you so much for watching and have a nice day. Good. Bye.